We're gonna scale to 100K a month. If you guys like this video, subscribe to both my channel, Tony's channel. We're gonna give everything away once you hit 100K a month.
I want to make a lot of money. I knew I can. That's my why. So I make a ton of money. When she got with another guy, you know why I got pissed? That guy was such a bum.
This video hits 100K views. I will literally scale someone's agency to 10K a month. I'll take zero equity, take it to 10K a month, and then give it away right back to you.
So share the video.
Tony Lee, tell us your story.
Okay.
You're in 8th grade.
Yeah.
You're 14. You're about to turn 14 years old.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, now actual story. So I'm like 19 right now. Again, I go to Texas A&M University. I used to.
You dropped out, right?
I didn't drop out. Okay, let me tell the story.
Yeah.
I like barely.
Where did you grow up?
Vietnam.
You actually were born in Vietnam.
15 years.
You were born in Vietnam.
Yeah, born and raised.
So you moved here when
I was sophomore in high school. Yeah.
Do you speak any English?
A little bit. Why?
Because you don't have an accent.
A lot of people say that now because, so when I moved here, right, I knew English because my mom's plan was like Tony and my sister, they would go to the U.S. Before, like my mom, like the moment I was born, she told me like we're going to the U.S. when you're like, in college, some shit. And I was like, okay, cool. So my mom put me in like English class and stuff. So I knew English, like I understood English, I know how to speak it, but I didn't like use it that much because I'm fucking Vietnam, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know why I'm fucking out, Brett. But like, but then I was like, I could speak it, but I had like a really, really bad accent. But then I was like, when I got here, I was like, okay, I need to speak better English because I knew if I speak better English, I'm just better in life than people who can't speak good English in the U.S. at least, right? So I forced myself. I was like, okay. The moment I got here, I'm not hanging out with Vietnamese people. I was gonna hang out with U.S. people, just feel the pain of getting made fun of, so I can get good English. That's it. I didn't talk to no Vietnamese people. I started hanging out with like white people, Indian people, Mexican people, just like speak English every single day. And obviously I got made fun of, right? Because I had an accent and shit. But then because I forced it into like just speaking English every single day. There's no, besides when I talk to my mom. But besides that, the whole day I was speaking English. So I just got really good at it. And that's just how it is with like everything, right? You just forced to do it. It's shitty at first. You get made fun of. You get like shit on. But eventually that's probably why I'm pretty good at like making friends with people too.
And why you're good at business, because you face your fear, you get rejected, and you just get through it until you don't.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, it definitely, bro. It was ass, bro. Like you got make fun of. Like even though like people didn't make fun of you like directly, you knew like in the head they was thinking like, damn, this guy's weird. But I was like, fuck it. This is for a better cause. I just need to speak better English. That's all. I didn't give a fuck. People were making fun of me. I was like, I'm just gonna speak to them. I'm gonna listen to how they talk. I just talk to them. If I can make fun of, fuck it. And that was how it is, right? And eventually I just speak good English. Right? So
and then
like,
you started making friends?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm a pretty likable guy. So making friends was never like that hard for me. Because I was forced into like making friends a lot. Because even in Vietnam, we were like switching school and shit. Like we're like, my mom's like move school and like make new friends again. So that just become like a skill for me of making friends.
You are really good at making friends.
Think so?
Yeah.
Why? Why say that?
I don't know. You're just funny.
I mean, I feel like I get along with most people. So, yeah, I started making friends. And, because I was hanging out with, like, white people. So I started, like, fucking...
Why do you say white people and then you start laughing a little bit?
Because that...
He's expecting something in the comments.
Yeah, I was expecting some, like, racial...
Yeah, drop some racial comment in the comments.
Just be racist. Don't be racist. Okay. Never mind. Cut that out. But, okay. So like pretty much, I started drinking, it's like smoking weed, like do all that stuff. Right, I was like just partying, like having fun and stuff like that. And
what, junior in high school at this point?
Senior year is when I started doing that.
Okay.
So senior year, I started doing all that bullshit, and I started working out too, which is good because I grew up really, really fat. I grew up obese, and.
Yo, the first time you showed me that picture, I did not know it was. I did not.
Yeah, it was me. Like that ass. I'm gonna let's put the picture like when like, but like I was fucking fat, bro. And I started losing weight, got a little bit in shape. But towards the end of senior year, I kind of got bored of like just drinking, like doing dumb shit. So I stopped doing it for a little bit, and we go to first year of college, right? And I started drinking a lot again because I'm in college.
But at this point, you don't even know about SMMA.
No, not yet.
At this point, do you even know you want to start a business?
I want to make a lot of money. I told my mom, because I was like, should I go to medical school? Because I was looking at the salary thing. I was like, okay, doctor makes a lot of money. And I was like, okay, let's do that.
Bro, Tony's like the perfect Asian son.
Yeah, I know.
He's telling his mom, I'm going to be a doctor.
Yeah. It was between a doctor, a dentist, and an engineer. So fucking Asian. So I was like, they make
and the fact that you're like the chosen one, because you literally went and told your parents, I'm going to be a doctor, a dentist, or an engineer.
Yeah, one of the three. They were like, oh, so happy.
They're like, we love you.
Yeah, and then I dropped the fuck out. So,
damn.
Back to the story though. But then I was like, medical school is like 12 years, dentist like 8 years. Fuck it. I'm going to do engineering, get good computer science, and like make money by doing that. Because you do make a lot of money. If you're a good software developer, not really.
And you can make $1 million a year.
The business guy makes more. The business guy who has like...
For sure, there's no doubt.
Yeah, so...
The only way to make a lot of money as an engineer is if you get on the ground floor at a startup that actually hits. But that's very risky.
Risky. And
and it's very hard. When you don't know what you don't know, it's hard to pick the right startup. Like maybe now you could be like, okay, I see this business working. But when you're just an engineer, you don't really have the business IQ to determine, oh, this is going to be a good company to work for. But the 30th employee at Google or Facebook is massively wealthy. Yeah.
So the only reason why I picked engineer was for the money. I never liked to become an engineer. I want to make a lot of money. I knew I can. I just wanted to. That's it. That was my reason. That's my fucking why. I just want to make a fuck ton of money. Maybe because like I just want to be better than people. No, I think I'm better than people, but then I feel like I use the money to justify it. If I make,
well, I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but one of the toxic traits of highly successful individuals that end up becoming multimillionaires is that they believe that they're better than everyone else. Because you almost need to be delusional in order to actually go through the amount of challenge and struggle to be successful. You have to be lying to yourself in a big way that I'm so good, so that when you get punched in the face over and over and over again,
you're like, fuck that.
I'm still gonna win. Yeah. You have to believe that you're just so good and be delusional about it to actually get through the challenge and the struggle of entrepreneurship. Elon Musk says that entrepreneurship is like eating glass. Just imagine eating glass. Like it's very, very hard. So you almost have to believe that you're better, and that's why you're gonna make it.
Yeah. So
I think it's good. I think it's a good trait.
Yeah.
You just have to learn how to manage it.
I don't know, like maybe because I just grew up like getting bullied because I was like not bullied, like like I was fat, like I couldn't speak English. Maybe that built something in me, like just like fuck everyone. I'm just gonna be better than all of y'all. Maybe like that was
Tony. You and I are very similar. I just realized.
Maybe. Oh yeah, you also got bullied for being chubby, and
for speaking Spanish instead of English.
Yeah.
We're very similar.
Yeah, but now we speak perfect English, so fuck y'all. So, so going to the first year of college, right? It was fun. Like I was like fucking college, like oh, just enjoy life. And I think this is a turning point too. Like I like got into a relationship with someone like kinda, like barely a relationship, like 4 months, 3-4 months, something like that. And that was my first. Again, because I grew up fat. I couldn't speak English for like years. So like chicks wasn't even like in my head. But now I started working now. I was like a little bit more in shape. And something like that. I actually like got into a quote unquote relationship with someone, right? And then obviously I got too attached, become too needy, all that stuff. I think that happens to a lot of people, especially like young guys when first relationship. Yeah. So that happened to me, and we broke up because I was being a bitch. And when we broke up, it was so sad, bro. It was like devastating. It was like right before winter break too, so we should go home, and then it was so bad, and that got me really, really sad. But I wasn't pissed. I think it flipped the switch when she got with another guy that was her guy best friend at the point, right? And they started dating. And when I figured that out, you know why I got pissed? That guy was such a fucking bum. He was fat. He was like 22, 21, making no money. And in my head, I was like, bro, that was my fucking replacement. And I got so pissed, bro. I was like, fuck that. Like, that's like lit a fire in me, bro. Like, I just got really, really pissed. I was like, no way. Because women do not date down. Like, they always, if you get replaced with someone, the guy's in her head, the guy's better than you somehow, some way. So I was like, okay, fuck that, bro. So
yeah, I mean, girls are always trading up.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So
that must have really hurt and just put you into perspective for you.
Yeah. Because I was like, bro, like, what the fuck? He was like obese. He was fat. No hate to the guy. The guy's probably cool. If you're watching this, bro, you're probably cool. I don't know you like that. But you were fat. He was not making money. He was like a fucking Marine guy. It was like some weird shit. And then I got really pissed. So I started doing self-improvement. That's how I got into the space. Like, I was like meditating every day, journaling, reading books. I was reading 1 book a week. All that shit. Cold shower, start running, just go hard in the gym, all that stuff, right? But then when I was doing self-improvement, something was missing, right? Because nothing changed. Like, my life's still the same. I just do all this extra shit now. So that's why we'll go that, like, why I stopped doing that. I was like, because what drives me, because I just knew it was better than people, but there's nothing to show for it. Like, me meditating, it's not showing. Like, no one knows I'm fucking meditating an hour a day, right? So I was like, I have to do something to show people I'm fucking better than them. Like, the gym, my genetics fucking shit. So like, that's I can't compete with like most people, which is fine though. But I was like, I have to like do something to show people I'm better than them. So that's why I got into the entrepreneurship space. I was like, you know what? If I make more money than everyone around me, then surely I can think that I'm better than all of them, right? So I started watching Iman. First guy I was watching, he was the goal. Okay, this is a funny story. This is another thing about setting goals too. At first, I remember last year, April, I told my friend I want to make $5,000 a month by next year, April. 5 G's a month. And to make $5,000 a month, it's not that hard. You don't need to start a business to make $5,000 a month, right? So I was thinking a way to make $5,000 a month, and I watched a YouTube video. Take your goal and 10x that. That's your new goal. And now figure out a way to hit that. And now it's like, okay, I need to make $50,000 a month. It's like, how the fuck can I do that? So I just like brainstorm ideas like, okay, I can hit $50K a month with an agency. Let's do that. So that was like the change. So if people goal is so small that, because like making 10K a month, 100K a month, you think differently to make 100K a month, right? You don't just DMs to get to 100K a month. Like, you just think differently. So like, you want to force your brain to like brainstorming ideas to hit bigger goals, right? So that was like my thing. So I was like, okay, let's start an agency. That was April. And I bought Iman's course in like May, took it. It was bad. It was shit. So I didn't.
You didn't like it?
No. It was, I mean, the production quality was pretty good. It was 4K. But besides that, the deliverable was like not that good. Maybe, okay, for a complete beginner like me who knows nothing about business, like I didn't even know cold email was a thing. Like that course. So maybe it was good for like a strictly beginner.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah,
he's really smart. So
yeah, he's really. But then people should watch what he does, not what he's teaching, because his content strategy is insane. So
really, yeah, it's next level.
Yeah. So that happens, and I actually work for free for an agency owner. It's an e-com agency, doing like 20, 25K. At that point, 25K.
You think that was helpful?
Yeah, a little bit, because I get to see how he like set up his thing. I get to hop on a sales call with him, see how he sells. He's not that good at sales, now that I know how to sell. But he was all right? He was trying to show me what he does, like how he runs stuff. Because 25K a month was like so much money for me back then. In my head, I was like, holy shit, that's crazy. So I worked for him for like 6 weeks. Then I saw an ad. I was in Vietnam. Okay, no, another thing. June, whenever I was working for him, that was like the lowest point in my life, bro. I was like, I hated my life for some reason. I don't know why, because like, that's why I was like, I can't work for someone. I just can't. Because that point was just so bad, that whole month, I just hated my life. I think about like Pop and Zan, bro. I remember, Even like like Advil. So my friend told me if you pop like 30 Advil, it's like the same effect as sand. So it's an Advil ball. I was like, fuck, should I do it? I didn't do it because it was my thoughts like fucking me up like every single night. It was so bad, and I was like, I'd rather die like this. But then I got back to Vietnam to like my parents like, bro, like you need to go back to Vietnam, just like hang out with family and stuff because you're not in a good state. I'm like, well, it makes sense. So I was like, I went back to Vietnam, met my family, my friends and stuff. So like, I was in business for like a whole month. That was good. And I saw your ad actually. It was a $1 coaching call ad you ran. I clicked on it. I see Alex Hormozi's face. He's like, Joel's legit. I was like, okay, I'm sold. It's like, book a call. I thought I was gonna get coached. I was like, it's pretty cool. I get coached. And Peyton actually called me to set her. And that was like a 45 minutes setting call. She was actually really, really good. Really, really good. Like I was sold. Like she could ask my car, I would pay. So booking call with Eli. Really, really good closer. So I was just destined to be close, pretty much. So I joined the program. I had like $9. I had to sell my crypto, everything to join. I had $9 left in the bank. I was like, fuck. That's why I didn't want to pay on the phone, on the call, because I was gonna ask my parents for some money. But then Eli was like, fuck it, bro, just pay. And I was like, yeah, fuck it. I just pay on the call.
So you had $9 left.
Yeah, in the bank. I have a screenshot too. I was like, fuck. I was like, this is gonna
Do
be.
you actually have a screenshot?
Yeah, I was like, this is gonna be such a good story.
Can we put it up?
Yeah.
All right, we'll
So,
put it up.
Had $9 left in the bank, and I was like, fuck. I have no credit card, so there's no credit, whatever. I have my dad's credit card though, but I didn't use it that much. But yeah, bought the program. Didn't even tell my parents I bought it, and I was scared, bro. Like, why wouldn't I be scared? Because I was like, okay, I have to pay $500 every single month after this. I was like, fuck, I had $9. And then I was like, okay, that's not good. And it was my birthday coming up. So the first month, I actually got, my dad gave me some money. My grandparents gave me some money for my birthday. So I covered that. I used that to cover the first month. And yeah, so I just started just doing stuff because I was like, okay, I need to make payment. I need to make payment for the program. I need to make it work.
Which I think is also good.
Yeah.
It lights a fire.
100%. Like
Especially when you're young and you don't have some external pressure. Like if you're older and you have a family, mortgage to pay, you're like, shit.
Yeah.
I burned the boats. I got to make it work.
Yeah.
But if you're young, you're like, okay, if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna go back to being chill and just partying or whatever it is that you were doing before.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think actually, and I know this is probably bias coming from me, but I do think that signing up for a program that forces you to have to pay puts external pressure on you.
But
and it lights a fire.
Depends on the person though.
That's true.
Some people like crumbles under pressure, and then if you're that kind of person, you're not gonna make it in most endeavors anyway.
That's true. Yeah.
So
yeah.
like,
but we're pretty flexible too.
Yeah.
Like if someone's like, Joel, I can't do this, I'm like, no worries.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was like my okay, I need to make payment. I need to make it work. And I again the story thing, the school thing. So I bought the program like beginning of August. I didn't really start doing much until like mid-August. I was like flying back, moving to the college apartment. The moment I hit the ground apartment, I started sending DMs. I was like, fuck it, I would know what script worked. I was like, Joel, give me a script. I was looking at the Facebook group, free trial script, and I just picked the best one. What I think was the best one. I was like, fuck, I'm just gonna start sending. And then it worked. I got some calls and stuff. And I remember the first intro call I took too. That was so scary. It was
the first call, your heart is like beating out of your chest.
I was with my friend.
You're like,
yeah.
Hi.
And
do you guys need more other
it was
detailing jobs?
It wasn't that bad, but it was right after.
Bro, my first ever presentation ever that I literally stood up to give the presentation. I froze. Froze, bro. I didn't say anything. I just sat back down.
Bro, but then
That's hard.
it's a good thing though.
The first time, that was my first. And then it's like my first ever cold call. The guy got so angry. And I just remember just being like, when you get like your heart's beating so fast, you start to get a little dizzy and out of it. And like depersonalized, you're like, where the fuck am I?
That happened to me before.
That happened to me. And I'm just sitting, and I'm just in my kitchen. Like I could have just hung up. But that's the hard part. Like that's what most people aren't willing to face in order to achieve what they want. And everyone's like, oh, I just
Yeah.
need to send DMs.
Yeah.
The DMs is not the hard part. Picking up the phone and
is
doing the
hard
cold
part.
call. No,
That's-
that's not even the hard part. The hard part is facing your fear of getting rejected.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
Funny story.
Because I could have just literally hung up and I'm safe.
Yeah.
But it's illogical. When you're riding in an airplane, you know that 1 out of 4 people have anxiety riding airplanes. But airplanes are safer than us getting in the car on the way home.
Yeah.
It's an illogical fear. So when you're on the phone with a prospect, it's illogical. You feel like you're not safe.
Yeah.
But I was just in my kitchen. I could have just hung up.
Yeah.
Yet I felt like I was gonna die. So I think, but that's the fear that most people aren't willing to face.
Yeah.
Most people aren't willing to go for it.
Yeah.
because
I
of that.
think Grant Cardone says one thing really nice, like really, really like good. And, like I was watching
I
like
like that ad. Really nice.
Yeah, like no, it was nice. He's not nice, but he's really funny.
You don't think he's nice?
Bro, he's legit. I think he's he's really, really smart.
He's a savage, bro.
He's just fucking savage, bro. He was like, if you have less than 10 mil in the bank, you're a fucking deadbeat to his sales team. And I was like, yo, that's crazy.
Did you see what he said to Copyzilla?
What?
You didn't see that response?
No. I watched a response to Jordan Belfort. She's like, bro, you scam people. Fuck you. I was like, yo,
shit.
what?
Dude,
Like,
Grant is a savage.
He's a savage, bro.
He's
really,
a great example of not caring what anyone
Yeah.
thinks and just going for it anyways. He's like, I'm on Discovery Channel. What are you doing?
Yeah. But no, pretty much like he says like,
Dude, his ad is genius too. When Discovery Channel called me, that's how he opens the ad.
yeah.
To get me on Undercover Billionaire, that's such a good hook.
Two things he said was like, it was, if you haven't pissed off anyone by lunch, you're not making money. And then another thing was like, if you like question what to do next, think about what you not want to do. That's probably the next step. Like if you send DMs and you like, oh, what should I do after they reply? You fucking know the answer. You just try to
gotta
avoid
call
it.
'em.
Yeah, you know the answer. Everyone knows the answer.
I know the hard part is not the script. The hard part is not the cold call. The hard part is not how to find the leads. The hard part is
Yeah.
not how to fulfill. The hard part is accepting the fucking fact that you're afraid.
Yeah.
You're afraid to get on the phone with someone and getting rejected.
Yeah.
And most people
It's
aren't
hard.
willing. No, most people aren't willing to face that fear, and that's why they don't succeed. It's not the fucking script. It's not the
Yeah.
fucking script. I don't know how
not
to.
the script.
Guys.
The script
I don't know
matter.
how to say it more clearly. The script is not going to be the determining factor whether or not you succeed or not. The strategy, the tactic, that comes and goes. The one thing that holds most people back
It's himself,
is
pretty much.
their lack of belief in themselves, and they're afraid.
Yeah.
And you just gotta, and the only way through is to face the fucking fear. You just gotta face it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no other way around it. There's
100%.
no script. There's no motivation. There's no course. There's no coaching program. There's nothing. You just gotta do it.
Yeah, you just gotta do it. And then another thing, I think I think I
Was
was
that hard?
that was good.
I got into it
Yeah, that
for
was
the
good.
podcast.
That's a clip.
That was a clip. But then but then back to the point though.
Yo,
And-
every time I do these podcasts now, I speak in TikTok. I'm like, how do I say this in about a minute?
yeah, that's smart.
1847.
Smart.
Yeah, you should. Well, now when you're telling your story. But yo, let's
Okay.
go back to the story.
Sorry. So again, it took me 10 free trial until I closed someone. 10 calls. I hop on 10 demos.
How many DMs did you send?
A lot. I didn't count. I just sent. Like I didn't even ask to like track DMs. Just I was like, fuck it. That's a waste of time. Just send. Send to them banned.
Yeah, and everyone's like, I need the tracking spreadsheet before I can get started.
Just send until you're banned. If I'm banned, I wait until I'm not banned, send again. Until I'm banned.
Create a
send
new
again.
account.
I know, I just send one account. My account's pretty aged, so I can send like 60, 100.
But you guys just got to get scrappy too.
Yeah, just start doing shit pretty much. Like, just start doing
Yo,
what-
we were in Colorado.
Yeah, like,
The Uber driver. I was like, Tony, watch this. You want to get scrappy? You want to get scrappy? I said, Uber driver, do you know any chiropractors?
yeah, and then
He goes, well, yeah, my family goes to a chiropractor in Evergreen. And I'm like, okay, what's your name? He gave us his name. And I said, what's your, if we had to talk to the chiropractor, who would he recognize? Would it be you or someone else in your family? He said, my dad. I said, what's your dad's name? He gave us both his name and his dad's name. And then we cold email the
Yeah.
fucking chiropractor
we
while we were in the Uber.
we didn't get a reply though.
That's okay. That's okay. It doesn't matter. That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
And we also did it on the weekend. So wait
Yeah.
till like Monday. All right. Most
Yeah.
business owners are lazy. So just wait till Monday. But
Yeah.
regardless, even if we don't, We literally sent the email in the Uber. And the PS, we said, PS, I was personally referred to you by this guy and this guy.
Yeah.
You got to get scrappy.
Yeah, 100%.
And you just got to take action.
I mean, yeah, I think just doing stuff. I'm gonna touch on that trap when I got comfortable and stuff. But yeah.
You know how everyone says, one more thing. You know how everyone says, you got to take action. You got to take action. You got to take action. It's because it's the fucking truth. And everyone's like, what's the script?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how else to get it into people's brains. You just got to take action and everything else will click. And until you do so, you will fail.
Yeah, just take, even if you have like a shitty script, like, hey, hello.
Just say something.
Like,
even
hey,
just say,
yo, as an opener, it's like, yo, let's just send that. Just send 100 of that a day until you like get used to like send DMs. Like, it doesn't matter. So back to my story though. So it took me 10 demos.
Sorry. I just got, like, I don't know how to put it into, like, I don't know how to get people to learn the lesson. The only way for you to be successful is for you to face your fear and take action. And I know that is some mindset advice that everyone says, but they say it for a fucking reason.
Yeah.
Because that's what you have to do to be successful.
The more I like advance in my business career, my entrepreneurship career, the more like those advice makes sense. Like before I was,
yes, of course. Like, that's how it works. That's why have you ever heard a rich person say, just hang out and chill? That's how you're going to be successful. Have you ever heard anyone on a podcast on YouTube say, hey, the way to get rich and the way to be successful is to hang out, relax, take your time? Have you ever heard anyone say that? No. They say you have to take massive action.
Yeah.
Maybe once you get to a certain point, wait. Maybe when you get to a certain point, the action shifts away from you doing to you thinking. So once you get to a certain point, you got to spend more time thinking, but that's still action. And it's actually harder. And I think at the beginning, it's all doing.
Joel.
Sorry, I got excited.
Here's like the mindset shift. Thinking is a skill. Think about it. This is how I see it. Most haven't earned the skill to think yet. Especially if
earn the right.
Right to think. The only reason why you can think good, let's say at your level, because you have so much data from doing. But then it's like I give the example on like the fucking masterclass, like the ads manager. The more money you spend on ads, the more data the ads manager have, and you get better result. The more you do, the more data you have, the better you can think. So if you first run, you have no data. You have nothing to base on. Everything's just like testing. So just do it. Get data. Okay, what? I sent 100 DMs. I got 1 reply. How can I get 2 replies?
How do I get 2 replies? Yeah.
Yeah, just like that. That's thinking. But then if you haven't done the first 100,
but you got to send 100.
Yeah,
most people never send the first one.
Yeah, if you never send the first 100, the first one, then you can't be like thinking that.
Someone said, Joel, your DM script didn't work. I said, how many messages did you send? He said 5. Do you really expect to become a millionaire off of 5 DMs?
Yeah, 100%.
There is no script in the entire world that's gonna make you a millionaire off of 5 DMs.
Yeah,
that doesn't exist. And I think like most people are just afraid. Yeah. Most people.
I mean, I get it though. I get why they're afraid of, but then you need to have like beliefs in you. Like
most people are afraid. Most people have been through shit in their life, and you have to really tap in, and you really have to get clear on your why, and your driving force, and you have to face your fear. And until you do, you're not going to get what you want in life. And that's what holds most people back. It's not the tactics, it's not the strategies, it's the fact that they are afraid. And until they overcome that fear, they're not going to be successful.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I mean, yeah. So back to my story though, like.
Yeah, let's go back to your story.
It's pretty.
All right, I'm done. I think I made the point clear.
That was a good segue.
Did I make the point clear?
Yeah, the point's clear. Don't be a bitch. That's the point. Yeah. Don't be a fucking bitch. Okay, back to the story.
That's Tony Lee Gen Z translation.
Yeah. So, took me 10 demos to close a free trial. You know how shitty that felt? I was like, am I that shit at sales to the point where I can't close a free trial? I was like, bro, what? And it was so bad. Like, I questioned myself, like, bro.
You know, sometimes, wait, can I step in real quick on the free trial thing? I get so much shit on the internet for promoting free trials.
Yeah.
I actually hate free trials. Let me be honest. I hate free trials. But what's the biggest thing that holds most people back based on everything that we just talked about?
Being a bitch.
They're afraid, right?
Yeah.
They don't have a belief in themselves. The reason why, and most people don't understand, when everyone judges my coaching, they're judging it off, they think that I'm playing checkers and I'm playing motherfucking chess.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get people to overcome their fears and just see that it's not as scary as they thought it was going to be, and take the first step. So when I tell someone, do a free trial, it lowers that
barrier,
anxiety.
the barrier,
it makes it less scary. So then they take more action. But I think free trials are shit because it positions you the wrong way. It's harder to sell. It's harder to demonstrate your value.
It's hard
I
to sell.
know that, guys. I fucking know that. But most people never send the first message.
100%,
So how do I
100%.
get them to send their first message? I create an offer that is more comfortable for them.
send.
I put on the
Yeah.
training wheels.
Yeah.
That's why I'm playing chess, and all the other coaches are playing checkers, and that's why we get better results than everyone else.
Dude, but if you start
You know,
out though,
you know
like,
what
do
I
free
realized
trial.
when I first started, and then I will get back to your story. I'm so sorry, but you know what I realized when I first became a coach? I had blown up from paid ads. I blew up. I went from 50 to 250K a month in 6 months. That was the only difference.
That's still kind of
That was the only. That was like talking about tactics and strategies. And like I was like, what the fuck? Just paid ads, and boom, I scaled. You know what I realized after that? It's not teaching people paid ads that's hard. It's convincing people to do paid ads that's hard.
Yeah.
It's actually getting people to believe in themselves enough to put $1 out, potentially risk it, or potentially risk losing it, or even lose it at first and keep going.
Yeah.
And that's what made me a better coach. I realized, shit, I need to spend most of my time here coaching people on how to run, not on how to run paid ads. I need to spend most of my time getting people to believe in paid ads.
Yeah. The tactics and stuff is like the easy part.
All right,
Yeah.
back to your story. I'm going to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. So the first free trial I closed, I paid for his ads because I was so desperate. I was like, bro, I have no result. I have no belief in myself. I was like, fuck it. I have to call him. Yo, let me pay for your ads, bro. Just give me a $300 deposit. If I fucked up, I give you back $300. If I do well, then cover the fee, cover the difference, which is $400. And I paid for my first client's ads. Don't do it though. I don't think that's smart. But I was just like so desperate to make it work. I was like, I need to make it work.
Yeah, but I think if you're that low belief in shit, I gotta stop cutting off. But if you're so low belief in yourself, and you're trying to get a free trial, just build out their ads.
Yeah.
You use UpHex with Go HighLevel. Build out their ads. Get it all set up.
Just give it to them. Like, yo, take it, bro.
It's done.
Take it.
It's done. We don't have to run it if you don't
Yeah.
want, but it's done. At least do that. You don't have to pay for it.
Yeah. But then that's what's my way to get my first. Oh, who the fuck would say no to that, right? So they obviously say yes. I did. I make the guy $8,000, and you only spend $700 in ad spend. So it was a W. It was scary, bro, because I was like, look, I need to force that into another thing. Another reason why I did it was like, if I pay for his ads and I don't have money, I need to make it work, or else I'm fucked. So I just put in a credit card. I had $9. I didn't have the money to like run it. Put in a credit card, run it, and then I was like, fuck. If you look back at the Agency Lab Facebook group, there's like 3 posts of me spamming like 5 days straight, asking, yo, can someone help me out with this? Like, I was desperate for help. I was on calls. I was talking to people, and bro, the Agency Lab company is so good. Like, my fulfillment system was from someone who took out like an hour and a half to hop on a call with me and just build out my ass. Like, do this, run this offer, run this copy. This is a framework that I use. Boom. I fucking everything worked after that. I was like, holy fuck. And then, yeah, that's how I got my first free trial client. And again, the mall masterclass on free trial, that helped me sign another 6 in like 2 weeks. So,
Which we're actually going to be giving away on YouTube.
Yeah,
so we're going to be uploading that one. to
really,
YouTube.
really good. Really good. That changed my business.
This guy went from 0 to 100K a month in 6 months.
Yeah, he's crazy. So that helped me sign like an extra 6 clients, free trial, obviously. And after that, I didn't make any money. So I started mid-August. So August to September, no money. September to October, no money. So October to November, like $2,000. November, the month of November is when I hit like 17K. So it was like, it's just really, really so boom.
0.
It's like 0, 0, 0, $2,000 and 17. I'm pretty sure that was the thing. So
wow,
it's not like, oh, you sign one client and then you sign another one next month. No, it's like
it's a popcorn
0,
effect.
0, 0, 0, and then I think my sales process got dialed in because I was on so many demos.
Most people think you put in the bag of popcorn in the microwave, you press a button, then boom, it's maxed out.
Yeah.
What really happens is you wait. And at first, actually, when you put a bag of popcorn in the microwave, at first nothing pops. Then about 30 seconds in, one pops, one pops. Not the whole bag, but then eventually it just takes off. The whole bag's ready to explode.
Yeah, that's how it is though, with entrepreneurship. And bro. And the
So you
whole
went from 0, 0,
to
0 to
no 0 to 17.
17K
Yeah.
a month.
So
Damn.
and the whole time, bro, I felt like shit. Like this is a
Really?
mindset thing. Like I felt like the week before I dropped out of school, like I was scared, bro. Like I put a timeline. Like I'm dropping out by this date. So it's just I didn't. They put a time for me. Like if you don't pay tuition by September 16th, we'll drop all your classes. It's like, okay, by that date, I'm dropping out.
Damn. See, they're
And
trying to.
They dropped me out.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck this dude.
Yeah. Bro, that's how they're selling you. Everyone's like, colleges are nice.
Urgency, bro.
Bro, they're like, colleges are good. They care about you.
Yeah.
Bitch, pay up.
Yeah, pay what you getting fucking dropped. So I didn't pay, obviously.
They sent you that invoice.
Yeah. Just call me.
We're gonna turn off your ads if you
Yeah.
don't pay.
Follow up with me like 10 times. Like, hey, like, how you doing? Like, fuck you. I'm not paying. Like, they call me so I stopped answering the phone. It's like, fuck this chick, bro. I'm not answering the phone. But yeah, that week though, I was like really scared. You know, like when you're scared, you like kind of curl up, like naturally. Like at night, I think I was so scared just thinking about like what happened if I don't make it. Like I was so scared.
You were facing your fears.
Yeah, like every single night, like I was just curled up in my bed like that. Like just, I was so afraid.
You had to go through that in order to succeed.
Yeah, and then I was just so scared. I was like, fuck, bro, what happened? And then it was so bad, I had to come up with a plan. It's like, if shit goes south, I become a real estate agent and sell
No way.
houses. I was like, that's going to
No
be my plan.
way, bro.
I was like,
That's fucked.
if shit becomes shitty and I don't make it, I'm selling houses. And then it decreases my stress. So I was like, okay, thank God. Worst comes to worst, I'm going to start selling cribs. I'm going to learn how to run the ads for selling houses and just get seller leads and shit like that. It's like,
Bro, I cannot. Well, I could see you becoming a real estate agent for like dope houses in like LA, like
Yeah.
but not for like a regular family.
yeah.
I can't see you selling a house that's like for like a regular family.
I didn't want to do it, but that was like
I could see you selling houses for like rappers and
That'd be
like
bro.
athletes. I could see you doing that.
I could do that and make
And you'd be
YouTube
like, and then you tell the athlete, yo, don't be a bitch.
It's just bad,
That's your
bro.
closing
It's
line.
just painful,
Bro, come on. 17 mil. Just-
bro. But yeah, that was my way to like rationale, like in my head, like okay, so
Yeah, that's like one of the Tim Ferriss strategies, which I really like, is whenever you're really scared or whenever you feel like the world's falling apart, ask yourself, what's worst case scenario?
yeah. Usually it's not that bad. Like 100% of the time, oh, what happened? I dropped out. Just go back to school.
Yo, I tell people all the time, if
Like,
you become an entrepreneur and it doesn't work, in worst case, you have to go get a 9 to 5. Do you realize how good your resume is going to be? Oh,
Yeah,
I'm 19
100%.
years old. I scaled my business from 0 to 17K a month
Yeah.
in 90 days. I figured out how to do mass
Ads,
outreach, sales, fulfillment,
marketing,
Facebook ads. Who are you
fucking
going to hire?
everything.
Me
Or
or
some
a
fucking
fucking
bum.
marketing
Or some
degree
fucking
major?
bum.
Or a marketing degree major that has a fucking
Yeah.
internship.
yeah. So that's pretty much like my,
You see, so it's like worst case, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I say that with love. I'm trying to share the truth here. I know I can get intense. I say that with love. Most people are so afraid, but worst case,
It's
if
not
you
that
go
bad.
for it,
yeah.
that's why I tell people, even if you fail at business, even if you fail as an entrepreneur, even if it doesn't work out, you're still going to be better off than if you don't go for it. Because
Yeah.
worst case scenario, let's say you want to
Yeah,
get a job, you're going to be
100%,
way
100%.
more qualified than everyone else.
That was my another way to like if I do get a job, I'm just gonna be so much better.
Like imagine if I had to get a job right now.
you could easily get a fucking
Like
a
Yeah,
high
scale-
6-figure
I've-
job.
high 6 figures, bro. I could get a 7-figure job right now.
That's pretty hard.
Raise capital. I know how I could literally become a if shit hit the fan, I could go sell in Wall Street, raise capital.
Now you know what one thing
I know, like I start posting on TikTok, start posting on Instagram, start sending DMs, start hosting meetups, create a podcast, invite other rich people, raise capital.
yeah.
Now I'm making 7 figures as a sales guy for Goldman Sachs. Worst case scenario.
Yeah. That's the thing, bro. Like, usually it's not that bad. Worst case scenario is not. If you really think about it, so I dropped out and my mind was just like better. I felt so much better. But again, it was because even my friend told me, like, bro, like back then, like, it was like being around you was like not fun because you were just like negative all the time. It was like really ego driven. Like, to the point where I just shit talk people. I see people like, well, fuck that guy. I'm like, so, like, fuck that dude. Because my roommate, one other guy were like really close. So I could say that shit to them. And I would see a guy walk in the class, like, bro, look at that fucking bum walk in the class. Fuck him. And then I was like, I would tell my friends that shit. I was like, so, and they were like, bro, you know what? We're in college, right? I was like, okay, y'all different
Like,
though.
yo,
I was like, y'all different though. And then they're like, no, we're not, bro.
Tony.
But like, I
Bro,
was
you
just,
started off the story so well. You were vulnerable. I was so proud of you. And now you're just looking at random good people on the street.
I was like, fuck that dude, bro. And then pretty much that was like the whole thing is like, okay, I'm gonna make so much money and these people. And then another thing is, and then I actually did make the money, right? And the whole time I just want like validation from people that I'm an entrepreneur. Because now when you first start now, no one thinks you're an entrepreneur besides you. And I just want people, even my parents like, bro.
You just want to be loved.
Yeah, I was like, I just want to be like recognized, like validated by people like, you're an entrepreneur, you did it, you're smart. So I got that when I hit 17K. Like, yo, Tony, like that's why I probably got comfortable. Because then that was my driving force. Like, okay, I got it from all my friends, my people. And
no, bro, you want to, I figured out. So wait, what happened after 17K a month? You go and then I want to chime in here.
Oh, no.
After 17K a month, you
oh,
kind of
tell us how I met you too. So before I hit that November month, so like mid-October, Joel actually like started texting me. He's like, yo, Tony, like, because I was talking about Iman on the coaching call, how he like, his content's really good. And Joel's like, yo, should I start flexing my car more? I was like,
should I get an Audi?
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, bro, you should. And then
you just added a lot of value. Like that's how we became friends.
And then you called me.
You gave me some advice that was really good about product market fit, and I was like, I just want to talk to you more.
Yeah. So you called me like out of nowhere one day. You're like, yo, so what the fuck should I do? And I told Joel, like, bro, I've been meaning to give you advice. I was just saying what's on my mind. Like, Joel, you need to attract the SMMA crowd. You said an agency owner.
Yeah, actually, Tony said, Joel, you're in the wrong niche. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, you're saying you help agency owners. You need to say you help SMMA.
Yeah, SMMA owner.
I was like, isn't that the same? He's like, no, that's a different niche.
Different niche, bro. And then I help you with your current offer.
That was one of the best pieces of advice.
Yeah. And
Dude,
then
you know what's funny, man? I spent a lot of money I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on coaches, consultants, masterminds. But one of the things that I think most advanced entrepreneurs miss is they lose touch with their market. Now they're getting advice from people that are farther ahead, but you also want to get advice from your customers, from your clients. And like the billionaires of the world, like Jeff Bezos, do this really, really well. They're not taking advice from other billionaires. They're taking advice from their customers. And I think you helped me see that I need to be more in touch with who I'm serving, who I'm creating content for. You help me bridge that gap. So I think the takeaway here is coaching, consulting, masterminds are great to help you get to that next level, but you also can't forget to take advice from your own audience, from your clients, from the people that you're helping. They're going to be able to help you grow your business more than people that are farther ahead.
Yeah. So pretty much that's how I met Joel. I helped him get on some podcasts. Connected him with Thomas Gannett. That's probably the biggest connection I did for you.
You kept adding value. Like everyone's like, how do I become friends with people that are farther ahead? You add value. Like you actually were like, Joel, let me take over your Instagram, and you got me on a bunch of YouTube channels.
Yeah. And then that's how the content thing started. And then obviously Jorge hops in, and now he's the content marketing manager. It's really good. So that's how I met Joel. So yeah, back to the story though. So after the 17K month, I mean, I'm still doing like 10, 15K a month. And just I still got like clients and stuff, right? So, but I got a business partner. In hindsight, that was not a good idea, just because I didn't know what to do with my time when I free it up. So I free up a lot of my time because I stopped doing fulfillment, right? And then he's great, but then I didn't know what to do with my time, and that led me to like, you know what? I have like an extra 3 hours a day. Let's just chill. And one thing leads to another, right? So I was working less on my phone more. Started vaping. So I started vaping again. I was vaping.
The fuck?
I know. It's just when the shit, everything. That's the thing.
Are you still vaping or no?
No.
All right, thank God.
Nah, I was vaping.
Fuck that.
Yeah, don't vape. I was vaping again. I was eating like shit. I was snacking more. I was not consistent with the gym. It was one pillar at a time. It was like, because I was working a lot, that pillar falls, And one thing at a time was going down. Like my gym, I hate the gym. That was weird because I love to go to the gym. Like
there's this documentary on Netflix with Jonah Hill and his therapist. And the therapist says, if you're depressed, the easiest way to solve the problem is to get people to do one of three things. Number one, get more sleep. Number two, work out. Number three, eat better. You get them to do those three things.
maybe get some sun.
He
Get
said,
some sun too.
He said, you get someone to do those three things, they won't be depressed. And I know that's an oversimplification, but I think what happens is you take down one block, then the next one, then the next one. And those are like the pillar foundational pieces of building yourself up.
So just thinking about like back then when I had
And you were going backwards.
So one block at a time was falling. So started out with working less, to snacking more, to be on my phone more, to in the gym less, to start vaping. And I started smoking weed again after like 2 years of not smoking. I started smoking weed. I think I smoked like 4 days straight at one point over the break. And at that point, I was in denial. I said, I'm assuming.
Bro, good thing I didn't know, because I would have gone down. I would have been like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah. So
I would have dropped the hammer.
it was right after Miami. After the Miami trip is when things started falling apart.
Damn.
Slowly. So I was in denial because I was still making money. I was still making like fucking 12, 15K a month profit. I was still bringing like 6-figure salary. And I didn't have that much expenses, right? Like the whole month of December, I was buying day passes to a gym, $25 a day. I didn't give a fuck. I was just buying day, like instead of signing membership, I was like, bro, just give me a day pass, bro.
The fuck? That doesn't make sense though.
No.
That's not even an expense to flex. That's like
I know it's just dumb because I had so much money, and then it's just like I didn't need to like. That's why I was saying like 10K to me feel like a lot, right? So I got comfortable. I started smoking weed, and I gained some weight. You can't tell. It was bad, right? It was bad. So it's like December after my Miami trip, like December 10th to like 1 month. And I went back to the moment I realized I'm fucking up my life. I was like, I snapped. I was like, fuck, what am I doing? I'm on my phone 10 hours a day. I'm smoking weed, I'm vaping. Like the moment I wake up, I'm like eating like shit. I hate the gym. What's going on, right? So that's really, really bad. And that's the lowest point, like physically and mentally, I was. And I went back to Vietnam. That was bad too, because the moment I realized, I was like, let's make a change. Start one block at a time. But now I was in Vietnam. So it was so hard to like change because the gym was like not that accessible. Like here, the food was different. I didn't know what I was eating. I couldn't work because 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. I'm not working that time. And then it was bad because like the whole 2 weeks in Vietnam, I just hated it so much. Like I was in the pain of not being able to work. Maybe that's a good thing.
That's good.
Maybe it's a good thing.
That's really good.
Because I was like, fuck.
You had to feel the pain again.
Yeah, I was like, I want to do, because it was so painful to the point where, like, I remember I took.
See, this is living proof. You got to go through pain to be successful, and everyone's trying to avoid the pain. What lit
bro.
the fire in you? The pain.
The pain. It's the pain, bro. Like,
lean into the fucking pain. If you're bullied, use that as a driving force.
Yeah.
If you had a really bad childhood, use that as a driving force. No matter what, like the pain is what drives you.
Yeah, like I think Jordan Peterson says really, really well. If you're in your 20s, you want to stress yourself as much as possible. Work extra hours, like do like insane shit, like work out every single, like just do shit that's so uncomfortable to see your limit, right? And if you never go through pain, you will never get to see your limit.
Bro, we just went snowboarding. And I try to stretch myself too
you
much, and I hit a tree.
You got fucked.
Yo, I felt that limit. Yo, I hit that limit.
That was pain.
Bro, I hit that limit.
You definitely
as soon as I hit the tree, the first thing I did is to check to see if my arm was dislocated.
Yeah, that was definitely pain. You definitely grew from that. So
yeah, I'm not doing tree runs again.
Yeah. So pretty much.
If I see a tree, get the fuck away.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks in Vietnam. Like to the point where like I remember I took off my shirt before I look in the mirror. I was like, I'm so fat. And I got pissed, bro. I started like breaking shit. I broke a fucking trash can in my room because I was so pissed.
No, you have to channel that energy into business.
So that's, and then
you got to channel the darkness into something positive.
I know.
That's how you grow. Like
100%.
you look at the most successful athletes in the world: Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan,
Mike Tyson.
They had
all those people.
Dark energy. The key is not to not have dark energy. The key is to learn how to manage it. The
Yeah.
key is not to get rid of dark energy. The key is to accept that you have it and learn how to manage it and then channel it into something that will help you grow stronger, whether it's the gym, whether it's your business, whether it's leveling up in other areas of your life. That's the key.
Yeah. So yeah, the 2 weeks. I felt bad for my parents though, because they really want to hang out with me, and I was just like in a bad mood 24/7. I didn't do anything. We went to like a 6-star resort,
I've done that too. It's bad, yeah.
and then I just sat at home all day.
You said 6-star?
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't know
really
that they
nice.
had 6-star resorts.
That shit was crazy. We had like a whole.
Well, yo, how do you go from 5 to 6?
It's crazy.
Like there's like a private pool in the house. It was crazy.
Isn't that just a 5-star? Isn't that the peak?
No, people say it's 6-star. Maybe it's Vietnamese 6. So Vietnamese 6, international 5. But so I don't know, but it's proclaimed 6-star though. So it was really nice. But I just sat in my room all day. I didn't go anywhere because I was just like pissed, and I was like, I don't want to ruin you guys' trip. If I go, it's complain all day. I'm just pissed. I was just pissed as fuck because I was fat. I was not making money.
So then how did you turn it around? Or are you still working on it?
I'm still working. I started slow. I actually talked to Josh. He went through the same thing. He went through the same exact thing. And he's like, yeah, bro. And I don't know if I should say that on the podcast, but I don't know how to say it. So he went through the exact same thing as me. And we're like, okay, let's make a game plan for 2 weeks. This 2 weeks, this is what we're doing. We're not finna eat somewhat clean again. This trip has been, I've been eating like shit this trip, but it's okay. It's only like 3 days. But we'll eat clean again, hit the gym every single day, sleep early, no phone, delete all my social media apps. I recently got IG again, so I was doing IG for like 2 weeks. And we stuck to it for 2 weeks to kind of get back on track. So that's pretty much like the week of Vietnam. Like I was just trying to get back on track. And I was pissed, bro, because the moment you don't have your phone to like look at, that's when like your thoughts just start running. That's when I get pissed. Because I couldn't distract myself with anything. So I just sat at home, no phone, no books, no nothing, just no work. Because it was in the morning time. In Vietnam, it would be nighttime in the States, so I couldn't work. There's nothing to do. So I just sat there, just like pissed, bro. Like it was really, really bad. And that's why when you call me, like, were you good? I'm like, bro, like this is a bit shitty. And yeah, so I'm just, the moment I landed again, I just got back to it. I started running ads for the new agency we're running. I just picked up the phone, call. I didn't have a script, bro. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna talk to them. I got ripped apart by the people on the phone. I was like, okay, let's actually have a script. Talk to Joe Potion. He help me with my script. So yeah, I'm just getting back at running a new agency again. So that's my story.
Do you feel like you're building momentum again?
Yeah, 100%.
Do you feel like spending some time this weekend helped?
Yeah, 100%. Easily. So that's the whole story. So I guess the biggest takeaway is that
I already know what happened. It's not about you making money. That's not what fucked you up.
what?
I know exactly why you got lazy.
Why?
I didn't know this story. Now I know. It's very clear. First things first, Tony, I want to say I'm really proud of you for opening up, being vulnerable. Like that takes courage.
Yeah.
And I know that like that's scary. So I'm really proud of you, man. And you're facing your fears. So that's awesome. And I think like, thank you for sharing your story, but it all makes sense. You told me, yo, Joel, now that I made money, I'm not motivated anymore. And you think that's why you got unmotivated. Nah, here's what happened. Growing up, you didn't feel as this is me being 100% real with you. And you could disagree with me. You could be like, fuck you, if you want.
Yeah.
But I think growing up, you felt like you wanted to be loved. You got bullied. You moved to a different country. You were overweight. Then your girlfriend went off with another guy that you felt was, of a lower standard than you. And then you're like, shit. And then you said a very specific word. You said, I want to be validated.
Yeah.
What happened is you became successful as an entrepreneur and you didn't get the validation that you thought you were going to get.
Yeah.
So then you were like, why the fuck should I do this? So I think you actually care about making money still.
I do want to make a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't think that went away. I think what happened is you realized, oh shit, even if I had something really similar happen to me. And in 2021, I had a bad personal year, man, because I was making the most amount of money in the world for me. I had more social media views, followers, all this shit, all these people coming up to me like, you changed my life at events, things like that. Yet I felt like shit. I felt like absolute fucking shit. And the reason was because you need to learn to get that validation from yourself and no one else. Not me, not your friends, not your family, not your girlfriend, not other entrepreneurs. And until you love Tony for Tony, you're always going to feel that emptiness and you're always going to be chasing that next high. And I think what happened is you hit 17K a month and you blew up on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You blew up on YouTube, bro. You got thousands of people know who you are. You get DMs all the time of people being like, Tony, thank you so much. Like your masterclass was amazing. And then you still feel empty. And then you shut down because you're like, fuck, I didn't solve the hole that I thought it was, it didn't fill the gap that I thought it was going to fill. And I think until you dig deep, you're always going to be back and forth of like not really having that motivation that you had. I thought that you just needed to find another motivation besides money. No, I think you still, based on everything that I know about you, I think you still want to make a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? Every time that I've made the most amount of money in my business is when I go back to therapy. And I know you, like, some people are whatever, like against it or not, but it's because you face this real shit. And then, for example, then you're like, no, I'm going to keep grinding and not be waiting for other people's validation, right? So I think like the 2 times where I had the most growth in my business, you know, when we hit from 50K to 250K a month, and I said earlier it's from paid ads, one of the other weird things is I started therapy at the same time. So I guess we'll never know if it was paid ads or therapy.
Yes, therapy, guys.
You know, we just did 524K off of $3,200 in ad spend. One of the most profitable months that I've ever had in my entire entrepreneurial career. Guess what I started about 30 days ago? Therapy again. The fuck? It's something weird about that.
No,
you
yeah,
face your demons. And
your personal life reflects in your business 100%.
And I think, man, I think you're still driven by money, man. I think you should set bigger money goals. I think that's what drives you. I think you like influence. I think you like to push yourself, and I think you like money, and there's nothing wrong with that. But until you face the reality that you're not going to get that love and validation from anyone else, no matter how successful you are, you're not going to get to the next level.
100%.
That's me being 100% real with you.
Yeah, that's true. I realized like no one gives a fuck about like how much money I make. Not even my parents, kind of.
And the people that do are probably not your real friends.
Yeah. So
because then they just love you for how much money you have, not for who you are.
Yeah, my friends.
That's why, like, you know, the other day you guys said, "Oh, if your friends don't make a lot of money, find new friends." I actually disagree, man. If you can find friends that love you for who you are, those are friends that you want to have in your corner for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That will love you if you're poor, if you're rich, if you're famous, if you're not famous. Like,
but if you want to grow fast as an entrepreneur, it's
yes, I think something. Look, it's like you said earlier. Everything has context, guys. If your friends smoke weed all day, if your friends are fucking lazy pieces of shit, like maybe find some new friends. If your friends are assholes, find some new friends. Like it's contextual. But if your friends are good and they care about you, like I have some of my best friends. I have one of my best friends. He's a software engineer at Active Campaign. He's just like, dude, I'm chilling. I'm making 6 figures. I don't need to make millions of dollars. Yeah. He's not lazy. He's not like, he takes care of his body. He goes on runs. Like he's fit. Those are the kind of people that you want in your life. Yeah. And I think like, but yeah, man, I think that's the lesson that I figured it out. That's why you became unmotivated. It's not that you don't care about money anymore. Cause like, I think you still want more. And you always say, damn, I feel broke. You always say that. So it's like, you still want money. But I think I think what fucked you up and the reason you got kind of depressed is because you reached level 1 of success and fame where people know who you are and you have money and it didn't fill that gap and it felt fucking empty.
Yeah. 100%.
Does that resonate?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's true. I think
this is the most important piece of this podcast right here.
Yeah, the validation thing is really true because I did tell my mom like now I make 17K. I don't think no one gives a fuck. Like I would tell everyone how much money I make. It's the funniest shit. Every time I hang out with my friends, I'm making like this much money. They didn't give a fuck, and I was like, huh.
That's why I judge people based on who they are, not what they accomplish.
Yeah.
Accomplishments are important, but they come second.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have billionaires that have billions of dollars but are miserable.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have people that have nothing. They literally are surf bums, and they're happier than the billionaire with billions of dollars. So I think like first you got to judge people on who they are as people, then on what their accomplishments are. I don't give a fuck if you have millions of dollars if you're a shitty person. I'd rather talk to someone that's broke, that's a good person, a kind person.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the flip side, if you do have a lot of money and you are a good person, that's crazy. That's even better.
Yeah.
You know, those are the people that you ultimately want to connect with.
Yeah. Now I think it's better though. Like, you know how I told you like a couple days ago, like, bro, I don't feel like that negative energy before. Because before, again, I was like ego driven. Like, I just want people to know that I'm a fucking entrepreneur. Now it's different. Now it's like, I just want to fucking make a lot of money just because.
That's good, man. I'm proud of
Yeah.
you. I think like you humbled yourself a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I still have a pretty big ego.
That's not a bad thing, but I think
because in the car I talked to Jorge, he definitely knows. Like my like darkest thoughts, like, well, fuck everyone. So I make so much money.
like I said, darkness is not bad if you learn how to channel it. I think like
I think it's a good thing that I went through that though, 100%.
but also like you can't let your darkness be the ultimate here's
can't.
all right. You want to play with fucking darkness? You want to use your drive from being bullied. You want to use your drive from being told you're not good enough. You want to use that drive to be successful. Okay, well then you better fucking manage it. Because the downside is that you're also seeking validation from people and you want to be loved. And the moment that you make money, the moment you become successful and you don't get that love, you're left empty. So if you're going to use darkness and dark energy to drive your business, if you want to use that Michael Jordan energy, you could literally tell he's fucked in the head. You want to use that energy, Kobe Bryant, fucked in the head. You want to use that energy to be successful, you better manage the downside. And the downside is that your emotions
100%
are fucked.
Yeah. Like, that's like the Jordan, the LeBrons. The LeBrons are like, happy. They fucking, I don't think LeBron's that fucked in the head compared to Jordan.
No.
Yeah.
But
both are pretty successful. Both are really, really good players. So like you can go both ways. But
yeah, but he can't tap into that. I think he can't I think like everyone's always like LeBron versus MJ. I think the stats actually weigh in LeBron's favor.
Yeah.
But the reason why people don't think LeBron is the GOAT is because Michael Jordan, whenever
crazy.
he needed to will himself to win, whenever he needed to force it to happen, no matter fucking what, he could tap into the dark energy and make it happen.
Yeah.
Whereas LeBron doesn't have that power. He can't will himself to win no matter what.
Yeah. 100%.
And I think that's why people look at MJ and they're like, damn, he's the real GOAT. Because whenever he needed to make it happen, he just tapped into that darkness and made it work. But again, the darkness had the downside.
Yeah.
His teammates hated him, were scared of him. So you got to learn to control it.
Yeah. As I told you, my friend, he told me, like, bro, back then, like, low-key, we didn't want to hang out with you because you were just so
That's
negative.
Good. It's a
all
good
the
friend
time.
to tell you that,
Yeah. My friend is real, bro. He told me, like, bro, you lost that.
You want to know one of the hardest things when you become successful too? People stop giving you feedback.
I give you feedback.
No, it's good. I'm so grateful,
Yeah.
man. You gave me some feedback the other day. I was like, this is really helpful. Like that's how real relationships are. But when you have money, when you have an ego, and people, when the power frame is off balance,
Yeah.
and you're not 1-to-1,
It's hard to get feedback.
it's hard. But then so
Yeah, no, I'm lucky I got the two friends I talk to the most. Like those are real. But
so does this resonate with you, bro?
yeah, 100%.
Do you think what do you think? Do you think it's right? Do you think it's wrong?
I think it's right. I think it's right, and it's also
The fact you said a line, you said, I can't sit with myself and not look at my phone. That means that like you're not good with Tony.
yeah. No, I hate myself. Like not now. Now I still do, but not as no. I
You
still
gotta
do.
you gotta work on that, bro.
Yeah, but
you want to make it to the next. You want to get to the next
Bro,
level.
but before it was bad, bro. There's like nights I was just sitting on the bathroom floor, just like fucking pissed, like sad, and like bro, like it was when I bombed like it's like 3 sales calls.
Yeah, bro.
Back to back to back. I was like,
You have to get
fuck.
to the point where you want to make money and you want to be successful, but if you don't, you're still happy with Tony Lee.
It's hard. I feel like that's
That balance- well,
that
that's-
comes
that-
with time. That comes with time.
I'm still figuring it out myself. Like some days I can't
Yeah.
do it. Like it's not perfect. I'm not saying I have it figured out. I don't think anyone has it figured out, but that's the challenge. The challenge is
Yeah.
like, if I don't become successful, if I'm not valued by society, if I don't get a lot of views, I can still go to sleep at night and be at peace with Joel. But that's
hard. Yeah. I
That's-
think
You figure that out, Tony, you're going to get hit 100K a month. Mark my words.
more easy.
Because then you're going to be able to operate and move quickly in business without letting that shit hold you back. You see what I'm saying? You see how it literally paralyzed you.
Yeah.
How many weeks?
Like 6.
Okay, think about it like this: 6 weeks. And let's say on average you're making 17K a month. And let's say that if you rode that momentum, you could have hit 25K a month.
Yeah.
We could assume that, right?
Yeah.
What's 25K plus 12.5?
Like
You just lost
40
out on
grand.
$37,500 worth of revenue because that shit in your head wasn't fixed and it paralyzed you.
Yeah. Nah, that's a good way to put it. Fuck.
See?
Nah, I'm pissed, bro. Nah. No, I think it's a good thing that I went through that shit though, because I feel like
For
it's not if, it's a when. If you're an entrepreneur, you're like an actual entrepreneur, not like some fucking SaaS owner. I'm playing. No. But like,
Yeah.
if you're like a legit entrepreneur,
that's an affiliate marketer. It's not,
you will
not
go
a business
through.
owner.
No,
Bro, when you're selling someone else's product,
bro,
when you're selling someone else's product outright, and that's your entire business, you're an
No.
affiliate marketer. You're not a business owner.
yeah. I'm not saying you're not an entrepreneur. You're still an entrepreneur, but you're not a business owner. You just make a lot of money for someone else too. So, I think it's not an if, it's a when. It's a when you will go through that. I'm lucky. I think I'm really, really lucky that I went through it when I'm like 19 instead of having to go through it like when I'm like 25. So I get to experience a lot of things earlier on, like all the emotion, all the negative thing. Like,
Bro, I went through it at like 28, so you're like 10 years ahead, bro.
yeah. So I think that's a good, even not the money thing, like all the experience. Like even talking to you, like you didn't have you first started out. I think I think that's really lucky that I'm connected with you, like your friends, like that. If I keep on hanging out with, just talk to you, Jorge, and like the people just grinding, I'm destined to like win. That's just how it is. So I think I'm really, really lucky that I got everything like that when I'm 19. Most people don't have it. So I'm really, really grateful for that. Just like insane. I don't know. That's how I see it.
I'm proud of you, man. Proud of you for leaning in.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like if we had this conversation when you hit 17K a month, dude, I feel like you've changed. I don't think you would have had the emotional maturity.
for me, yeah.
Like if I started talking about this shit, you would make some joke. You wouldn't be able to sit with it.
Yeah.
Remember when we had the podcast with Thomas? That was like pretty recent, but even then, if we had it, you'd be like, you would just make a cocky statement and avoid the convo,
Yeah.
or make a joke and avoid the convo.
Yeah. Because I think deep down I knew, but I just didn't want to like say because I was like, fuck, because that hurts. Now that I went through that
Hurts,
pain
man,
by
yeah.
myself, sitting in my room without a phone, now I can say it without, because that was really, really, that's painful. And now it's like not sharing the story and stuff like that. But I changed so much too.
Yeah, the only way to get through the pain is to feel it,
Yeah, 100%.
To sit with it.
People need to like learn that. That's like the biggest thing. If you have that skill, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Pretty much. If you just learn how to like be comfortable being scared, like not know what to do, then you're straight. You can pretty much be successful in any endeavor that you do. Like I genuinely believe that if you just believe in yourself to a point where like even though what the fuck's ahead, even though you're scared, you still do it. You're successful. Maybe it might take longer time than, let's say, if someone is another Tony Lee who doesn't have you coaching, I feel like he would still build an agency. It just takes a long time. I didn't have the knowledge, but I was still like trying to figure shit out somehow. So if you have that, you're destined to win.
Just don't start an auto detailing agency.
Yeah, don't. If you're looking to
All
start,
right, let's end on this. So what I want to talk about what happens next. So we did a YouTube video together, and we gave away your entire auto detailing
Yeah.
agency.
another
and
niche
then,
is fucked.
And then that niche is fucked. Do not start an
Crazy.
auto detailing
Crazy.
agency.
Yeah, don't. It's not
You
smart.
fucked that niche.
Low key, really bad.
Bro, it's dead.
Like in like my clients.
I've never seen anything like that.
My
Bro, when I first started coaching, everyone went into the Cairo niche, but even then it didn't die. Bro, you killed auto detailing.
like everyone, my clients, I get like 4 messages a day.
Auto detailing is like is this the best place to ask a question?
Yeah.
Like, bro, every auto detailer in the United States of America has
25 clothing jobs.
every auto detailing in the United States of America has gotten that DM.
Yeah, 100%.
If you are in the auto detailing niche in SMMA, what you got to do is put in quotation marks. Is this the best place to ask a question? Quotation marks. And then be like, haha, I'm sure you've gotten this opener before.
Yeah. ...
And then go into your pitch. That way they're like, oh shit, that's hilarious.
Yeah, because they definitely seen that message before.
Yeah, literally use it to your advantage.
Don't think you're being
Remember what I
new.
said earlier. Throw rocks at your competitors. If everyone is saying, is this the best place to ask a question? Just literally make fun of it. Be like, haha, that's hilarious. I'm sure you're tired of getting the same DM from 20 other people.
Yeah.
And then they love you.
That's innovation right there. Small things. But
again, most people don't send the script anyways.
yeah, most people dropped out of college because they think they different than most people to run Facebook ads for real estate agent. So,
damn. Bro, that's another niche that's gotten fucked. But the problem is that there's just so many realtors.
Yeah, so it's still a good niche. But if you just run Facebook ads for real estate agent, I'm gonna let you know it's gonna be rough for you. It's gonna be rough to get clients.
So auto detailing, everyone.
Mets ball is fucked too.
Here, this is SMMA in a nutshell. Mets Spa agency.
Real estate,
but real estate's big enough. There's millions.
Yeah.
You got auto detailing. You got SaaS. SaaS. Bro, I love Go High Level too. I love him so much.
I want Thomas Gannett to succeed.
The CEO of Go High Level is like the kindest person in the world. And he's gonna be a billionaire.
Sean Clark.
He's so nice, bro. He's such a good person.
Bro, he's smart.
Yeah, I literally, one day I had a question for him. He's like, call me. He's so nice, man.
What the fuck? I have access to him. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's like, just call me, Joel. We talked. He gave me some advice. Such a good person.
Yeah.
But he still shouldn't do SaaS.
Yeah, if we're making fun of SaaS, but I still want Thomas to prove us wrong.
Yes, honestly, bro, if Thomas proves us wrong, fuck
like,
yeah.
Props to him,
Thomas
bro.
is a good
props
friend.
to him, bro. Like, that ass.
Thomas is a good friend and he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Thomas Gonne.
Yeah. if he manages to get 100K a month with fucking SaaS, then we'll fly him out.
Oh yeah. If Thomas hits 100K a month with SaaS,
first class.
No, bro.
First class.
I'm not flying him first class. Like, I don't care that much. He's already making 100K a month. Like,
he's making a lot of money.
Thomas will fly you out. We'll do a podcast about how you proved us wrong.
And just, you can shit on us. You can like trash talk us.
Yeah, you could trash talk. You can expose us, bro. At that point,
yeah, you can say whatever you want.
We'll do. Yeah. Like, what else? We'll be your VA for a week.
We'll be a VA answering customer support for your SaaS.
Yeah. Yo,
for one whole fucking week.
Thomas, you scale that SaaS. Thomas, you scale that SaaS to 100K a month. We fly you out. We admit that we're wrong on a podcast live, that we fucked up, which is possible, by the way. Everything is possible. And we'll be your customer support VA for a whole week.
If he scaled before me.
Ooh.
So it's a race. So
if you hit 100K a month first.
Before him.
Thomas has to apologize. For what though? Like,
no. He doesn't have to do anything, but then if he does before me, then we'll fly him out and become his VA.
How about this? If we hit 100K a month before this, he doesn't have to apologize or anything, but he has to fly us out.
Will we be down to do that? We'll see.
Thomas, will you be down to do that? And we get to hang out.
Yeah.
DM him.
Yeah,
well, he's smart.
We're gonna put that DM in the video.
Yeah.
We'll see. Guys, if you're watching this video, let us know in the comments. You think Thomas would be down? Tag him.
Yeah, tag him. 100%.
Tag him and let us know. Do you think Thomas would be down for the 0 to 100K a month challenge? SaaS versus agency model. Tony versus Thomas.
Yeah.
He wins. We fly him out. He comes on the podcast.
And he got 3 partners.
We apologize. And we'll become his customer service VA for a whole week.
For 1 week. That's crazy.
I think Thomas is going to hit it. He's going to hit it. Not beat you, but I think he's going to hit it. He has the leverage you were mentioning, so I think he's going to hit it.
Okay. One last caveat. He can't use that leverage because we're not using any leverage. Like, it can't be because of his audience that he's like...
What do you mean? He's not...
Like, he has to go into...
His audience is not Mets ball owner, though.
But so he has like a lot of experience with Mets Paws.
That's fine,
bro. It's not hard to get experience.
I don't care. Bro, you want to know how many clients he's got to close to get to 100K a month?
Fuck, like so many, bro. Like,
let's do the math.
Like 100.
Bro, he's gonna have to close every Met spot in the United States.
Yeah, and he's competing with like fucking Brandon Yu, bro. Like just people like that. So,
Bro, let's see. $200. He's got to close 500 med spas.
500. That's
It's not a lot.
no. His price is $500, $497,
All right, let's see. It's still a lot, bro.
like 200.
We got to close 50 people.
It's easy. So,
But SaaS is more passive if he manages to do it.
bro,
Who says that? Who know?
Bro.
How do you know it's more passive?
it's not hands off, bro.
Is it, no, I mean, it's like
literally
affiliate marketing.
agency owners cancel Go High Level. They don't even sign up for more than a month.
bro, think
You
about,
got- yo,
I
you
have
got-
Go
yo,
High Level
yo.
and not even use it. It's like
That's
passive.
you, bro. You're making money. People in SMMA literally start their SMMA. They sign up for Go High Level and they cancel after. They do the 30-day free trial and then they get another free trial.
Yeah,
Bro, they don't even sign up. They don't even retain for more than a month.
yeah. My point.
I mean,
for him
He has
to
to close 200.
yeah, a month, one month. He has to have 200 active clients in 1 month to beat us. That's insane, bro. That's fuck.
So what's gonna happen next for you? We're starting a new agency. I'm
agency.
gonna help you out. 100K a month, new niche.
New niche.
We're
New
not,
offer.
we're not gonna give it away though. We got a new innovative offer. We're not gonna give it away. How about this? Can we give away all the sauce once you hit 100K a month?
Yeah.
All right, guys.
No, when I do 3 months back to back 100K.
No, bro, 100K a month one time. That's a big surprise.
That's easy.
All right, just so that the whole world doesn't start an agency in this niche, we're gonna scale to 100K a month,
Yeah.
and then we'll give everything away. We're gonna scale to 100K a month. If you guys like this video, subscribe to both my channel, Tony's channel, to follow
Oh,
along.
also,
Well,
Joel-
we're gonna give everything away once you hit 100K a month. Deal?
it's a good deal.
Everything.
Fair enough.
Everything.
Everything. Fair enough.
Fair. Let's do it. Also, Joel might be giving away something to you guys soon.
This video hits 100K views. I will literally scale someone's agency to 10K a month. I'll partner with someone.
Zero equity.
I'll take zero equity. I'll literally coach you, do the ads, help you set everything up. We document the whole process. I'll literally help you close the deals, fulfill on the clients, take it to 10K a month, and then give it away right back to you. We'll do it together.
So share the video.
So this video's got to hit 100K views, and I will scale someone's agency to 10K a month, and then I'll take zero equity. You don't have to pay me a single dollar. You don't even have to be in our coaching program. I'll pick one of the subscribers, and we'll partner up for free on my end.
Yeah.
Bro, I'll be your VA,
That's crazy.
and then I'll give it back to you. 10K a month.
That's crazy.
Once we hit 10K a month, I'll step out.
That's life changing. For real.
But this video has to hit 100K.
But then the guy probably just going through what I went through.
Bro, and it
start
can't be
talking.
some fake views. Like,
Yeah.
because people are smart, you know?
They spread my fake views.
Yeah, you guys cannot put
Yeah.
my account and buy some fake views. We could tell.
Yeah.
This got to be legit.
We have the analytics there.
Yeah. We'll know. So, Tony, you just dropped a video on Thomas Gonnet.
Yeah.
Thomas Gonnet.
Cool guy.
How do you pronounce his name in French?
I forgot how he pronounces to us when we were in Miami.
Thomas Gonnet.
Yeah, he's like Thomas like Gonnet. But I call him Gonnet because it's so
All right, so you dropped the video calling him out, exposing.
okay. For context, that was clickbait. I did not expose Thomas. I just say I told him in person on Zoom too. Like, I just don't think the SaaS model can work. Like,
You literally texted him and you asked him for permission to use it as clickbait.
yeah, I was like, "Yo, can I use your face and name as clickbait?" He's like, "Yeah, cool." And I sent him a thumbnail beforehand. I was like, "You fuck with this?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Bet." So
All right, so then it was clickbait, but talked about SaaS versus SMMA.
yeah. So
So should people do SaaS or nah?
I don't think white label SaaS can work, but if you can like build like an actual software, yeah, I think that's really valuable. Then white label SaaS, I don't think that's a move because most people they are still selling like SaaS how they sell an agency service, right?
Yeah.
Like cold DMs, cold calling. I cold call people for $500, bro. That's crazy.
You won't be able to even get Chipotle.
I'd rather DoorDash to get food at that point. If I'm like cold calling people, because if you think about it though, like how many cold calls you need to make to book an appointment? Like 50. Let's say 50, right? Maybe even 100. But 50 cold call probably takes like an hour, and you close 20%. You need 5 meetings. That's gonna be 5 hours for $500. I mean, That's still pretty good.
Here's like a good learning lesson. The more leverage you have, the lower price point you can afford to run with. So for example, you look at Iman, he is crushing it with a $1,000 course, but he's also getting 8 million views to his website every single month.
Yeah.
Some crazy number like that. That being said, there's other people in the space doing similar numbers as him with way less traffic, but they're having to charge way higher ticket. So they can't get away with making a 1K product work because they don't have his level of leverage, you know? So I think the less leverage, the higher ticket you have to go. And I think for SaaS versus SMMA, if you're going to go through the pain of setting appointments, closing the appointment, hopping on a demo to sell them on a white labeled version of someone else's software, you're not building a real business.
Yeah.
Like don't even call yourself a SaaS agency, call yourself an affiliate.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what you are. Like if you're building your own software and you're trying to get it off the ground, fine. If you have access to thousands of prospects in your niche that already know, like, and trust you, you could be like, yo, tap into our affiliate version of our software, fine. But if you're building it as your business model, I don't think it's going to work for many people. And I always like to ask myself, has someone actually made it work in that business model? If the answer is yes, all you have to figure out is how to do it a little bit better, a little bit differently.
Mm-hmm.
But for every one SaaS, 7-figure SaaS agency, there's hundreds of 7-figure SMMAs.
Yeah,
so,
100%. I mean, and another thing is like the LTV of a client. Let's say you're selling SaaS for like $497, $297, and the average agency package is like $2,000 a month, right? Let's say you sell a SaaS for $497. So 1 month of agency service is gonna be equal to like fucking 4 months of a SaaS thing. So if you, let's say, usually people retain their client for like 3 months, right? That's like the average retention. Like 3 months, that would be like $6,000. But you make 6 G's with SaaS, you need to retain for a whole fucking year. So that's another point. I was like, bro, it won't work.
Yeah, I think if you have some sort of crazy leverage, like access to so much traffic or already have 1,000 clients, yeah, fine. Get them on a white labeled version of Go HighLevel. But if you're starting out from scratch, the numbers just don't make sense. Like you're gonna be putting as much effort to close a $2,000 a month client than you are closing a $200 a month client. The thing is, when you're a beginner, most people want to make things easier for themselves. Most people want to ask themselves, oh, how can I avoid the challenge and the tension and the struggle and make it easier for myself? And that's a bad question to ask when you're a beginner. When you're a beginner, you should actually try to make things harder. And then as you scale and things are clicking, then you can ask yourself, how can we make it more efficient?
100%, yeah. What do you think, bro?
I think it's how you were saying, the ability to start a SaaS is earned through having like leverage already, like a brand. So yeah, I think the ability to start a SaaS has to be earned, not just because you want to.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah,
for sure. All right, Tony, you asked the next question.
Okay,
You're
next.
the host, remember?
Yeah, I forgot I'm the host.
The Joel and Tony podcast.
Please don't call that the name. That shouldn't be the name.
What if we call it the TJ podcast? Tony Joel.
The lukewarm coffee hour podcast.
Oh, yeah, that was my joke.
Okay,
bro, you're stealing my jokes.
It was funny.
That was my joke. Guys, we rented an Airbnb and I literally dropped that exact joke.
Okay, but you didn't say it on camera though, so it's your fault.
Bro, you.
It could be like the sipping podcast, and our thing could be like we have like drinks all the time.
Yo,
let's call it the lukewarm coffee.
The lukewarm coffee with sugar.
Who's lukewarm?
Well, we got iced coffee hour, which is Graham.
You get the joke? Like the iced coffee hour, but now it's like
that was lukewarm. It's not like
with sugar.
Nah, just lukewarm.
Yeah, lukewarm.
Yeah, okay.
Is that the name?
Yeah, that's the name.
But like, I don't want Graham Stephan to hate us. He seems like a really nice guy.
He's really wholesome.
Yeah, like
he's so wholesome. He's so nice.
How can you hate that?
Yeah,
he just comes off very
adorable. You know? Is that the term?
Bro, that was a little sus.
Okay, my bad. But But he's like just nice, it's nice dude. But okay, back to the question though.
Wait, so what's the name of the podcast? Lukewarm?
We cannot name it the lukewarm coffee hour, bro. We'll figure it out. Let's do like a poll on your channel.
Yeah,
like on your IG.
on the stories. Yeah.
All right.
Let the people pick. So, my question.
What about people in foreign countries? Should they start an SMMA or how should they approach
You have
it?
a problem with foreign people?
No, I'm asking you
Why you
since you're
asking,
like
bro?
from a foreign country, right? And
The fuck?
Bro, why are you acting surprised? All right. Backstory. We put out a Instagram story and we asked for Q&A, right? We said, hey, drop your questions. One of the most asked questions over and over and over again was, can I do SMMA if I live in a third world country? And can I do SMMA if I have a thick accent? That was like, probably asked like at least 10 times. And
Yeah.
it's asked, and I also get, can I do SMMA as a teenager? So here's the question. Can someone do SMMA as a teenager? Can someone do SMMA with a thick accent? And can someone do SMMA if they're in a third world country?
Teenagers, yes. I'm a teen.
You're 12 years old?
I'm turning 14 next
Oh,
month.
you were 13? You're 13?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Coming
I
up,
thought,
yeah,
I thought you were
so-
12.
Yeah,
When
man.
is your birthday?
March 20th. So it's coming up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You're going to be
Awesome.
14.
Thank you. I mean, there's people in Joel's program who's like fucking 10 is making like 50K a month.
That's a cap.
Okay, no, like
10 years old.
Like 17, 16.
Yeah.
You know?
People in high school. I
Yeah,
think-
making a lot of money. So
why don't we start with the third world country? Can someone in a third world country crush it with SMMA?
what do you think?
Bro, you can't pass the ball.
Okay, my bad.
You want me to go first?
No, let me go. Yeah, and no, at the same time, it's gonna be really, really hard for you just because the time zone, your accent, like no matter people say like, oh, it doesn't matter who you are and stuff. It does fucking matter. So it does matter if you have a thick accent. The time zone's fuck. Your Wi-Fi is probably not on there too, but it's doable. But it's a lot harder. But then I think you gave a really good answer on like the Q&A thing.
You can't take my jokes and you can't take my answers, Tony.
Ow.
I'm just saying.
It's a logical answer.
You want me to say it?
Yeah, I fuck with the answer.
All right. Do I think that people in third world countries can do SMMA? The answer is yes. Because in this reality, anyone can do anything.
Yeah, pretty
That
much.
being said, you have to play the cards that you're dealt. And being in a third world country, you're going to have limited resources. The time zone is going to fuck you up.
Your Wi-Fi.
English is probably not your first language.
Mhm.
And if you're trying to make it work in the United States and make dollars, well, you're going to have to play a harder game, right? If you want to have all the upside of American clients while also living in a third world country, it's definitely going to be harder, but it's doable.
But
Wait, let me finish. So I think like I have a bunch of people that have done 10K, 20K, 30K a month in third world countries, but they've also played it smarter. So for example, there's one guy who's actually a coach in Agency Lab who lives in India.
what's his name?
Andrew Gaikwad. And he makes over 30K a month and he has a white label agency because he realized, okay, well, here in India, if I get paid $200 from an American agency
Mhm.
just to do the fulfillment, I'm solving a big problem for all these agencies in America that don't know how to do fulfillment. And for me, $200, $300 goes a long way. I don't need the $1,500 client.
Mhm.
So, and then now he's got the $200, $300 clients and he's stacking up. When he hits 30K a month, that 30K a month goes way farther because he's in India than it would in the US.
Yeah. 100%.
So you just got to play a different game. Anyone can do anything, but yeah, I mean, is it going to be harder if you live in Morocco and you're learning English as you go
Yeah.
and you want to sell to dentists in America? Yeah, like, come on, guys. It's
Yeah.
common sense. It's gonna, like, that's
Yeah.
like would it be hard if I was trying to start an agency in France and I don't know French?
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Wouldn't it be harder?
Yeah, that's just how it is. But it's not.
Like I'm gonna
it's
call
possible.
Thomas Gonnet. Can you close the clients for me?
Bro, Thomas speak like really good English though.
Yeah, so I think like
It's doable, but it's just hard as fuck. So, but then if you get creative, like Joel says, like start like a white label agency and stuff like that.
bro, anyone that says like this is some real fucking truth. Anyone that says, "Oh, everyone starts at the same level," that's a fucking lie.
Yeah.
Based on what family you came from, how much money you have from your family, based on where you live, based on your EQ and IQ, based on your experiences growing up,
Your looks.
where you're based on your looks, like
yeah.
that definitely impacts whether or not you're gonna be successful. That being said, every disadvantage can also be an advantage. So let's say that you have nothing.
Agree.
Let's say that you have nothing. Well, then you also have nothing to lose. And then taking the risk is way easier. That's why you have kids that go to Harvard and Yale and all these Ivy League schools, but they're too afraid and too pussy to start a business.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I can't. I have to get a job, a secure 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Because they
100%.
have too much to lose.
Yeah, I agree. No, that's a good point. But
Whereas if you're in Morocco and you're trying to start an SMMA, well, what's the worst thing to happen? You know, you get told no and you keep doing what you're doing. You're not
Yeah.
disappointing your family and your dad, who's a doctor that went to Harvard and put you through medical school, and now you want to start a business. But even though he wants you to be a doctor, you're not letting anyone down. So,
yeah.
anyways,
Talking about school though, like
you like that
dropped-
answer? It's good.
That's pretty good.
I like
W answer or
All right. W answer. I like the
bro, are you
the-
lying to me? You said it's all right, and then you said W answer.
Yeah, it's all right. It's W answer.
I like
Okay.
the add-on. Like
Yeah,
you
the
said,
the add-on is pretty good. That's a good
Yeah.
takeaway.
he said you can start it, but it is hard. But you will have a disadvantage because you will develop traits that other people will not.
Bro, like for
That's
example, like you know Messi, he was born short. He's like 5'6", but now he's like because he was short, he has to like play differently, and he became really good at it.
Yeah.
Like at the game.
Yeah, for
so, like,
sure.
So like, it just depends on if you really want to, you can. That's all it is. But
Yeah, there's I don't know if you guys have seen, there's a guy that's in college playing basketball with one arm.
Kevin Durant.
Oh, bro, Kevin Durant has both arms,
Oh.
and he's in the
Oh,
NBA.
my bad. Yeah.
Yo, there's a guy that has an arm amputated. It's not there, and he's dunking.
Yeah.
He's shooting threes, like pull up threes. I mean, is it harder for him? Of course,
Yeah.
but is it possible? Yeah, I mean, it is.
Yeah. Okay, back to my point though, being in school and shit. So I know you like a big college guy, and you went through college and stuff. So we actually dropped, and I dropped recently too. So
You have to also keep in mind though, like 10 years ago, it was way more like dropping out was not a thing. Now it's like,
yeah,
oh, I dropped out.
like normal dropped out. Yeah, but what do you think about like school and all that shit? I think if you're not going to school for like you want to become a lawyer, a dentist, like a doctor, then yeah, go to school. Everything else, I don't know. Like if you're trying to make money, I don't think you should go to school. That's how I see it. Because there's an easier way to make money than like going to school. What do you think?
Jorge, what do you think?
I agree. If you're not going to school for a high income job, then yeah, it won't make sense. If that's your goal, like money. I don't want to go around like the passionate route, but yeah, that's the short answer.
I think if you're trying to become an academic and do research, I think you should go to school. I think if you have so much money and it doesn't even matter, you should go to a school for the connections. Like, there's no doubt if you do go to Harvard or Yale or those Ivy League schools and your professor is Sam Altman, the CEO of ChatGPT, then
Wait, he's a professor?
I think he teaches a class at Stanford. Yeah.
There's another professor too, though.
Yeah. So it's like,
A lot.
if your professor is Sam Altman, the CEO of ChatGPT, college might be worth it. But that means that you got to have a high IQ enough to get into Stanford, have the money to make it worth it. And yeah, but I think if you have a lot of money and you're doing it, but all right, but here's the flip side. You're not good. I went to Temple University. You're not going to go to Temple University for the connections and the professors. Like,
you were a DJ though, right? You were like partying and shit like pretty hard.
yeah, my first business ever was Joel K Entertainment, and I was really into DJing, and so my parents actually hooked me up for my birthday, and they bought me a bunch of equipment.
You started DJing for money?
Yeah, so I started doing DJing for weddings, and then DJing on at this place called the Hollywood House in North Philadelphia. And essentially, there was these two guys from the Caribbean that were studying at Temple. They're like 7 foot tall, big dudes, massive, and they were majoring in business or finance, but they got an internship at the real estate company that owned a lot of the student housing. And after their student visa would expire, they were gonna have to go back to the Caribbean. They couldn't stay. So they asked themselves, how can we make a shit ton of fucking money and just ball out? And what they did is they took the keys to all of the houses that were empty and that were gonna get renovated anyways. And they would throw these parties illegally because obviously the real estate company didn't want them to
Makes sense.
they didn't want them to throw the parties. And what they would do is they would literally let anyone in, charge $5 and then charge for alcohol. So the Hollywood House became the place where you can reliably get in and go party no matter who you are.
That's a good business model.
Whether
bro.
you know someone at a frat, because you know if you go to a frat, like you got to know the people at the frat or be in the frat. It's hard to get in unless you're a girl. And you know, based on the night, like if you're a guy, you're not getting in. So they solved a real problem. We're going to be the place to party if you can't get into any party, and it's reliable Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I became the DJ there every Thursday and Saturday, and I was making like $300 a night DJing, and but it all came falling apart because it got to the point where they were literally letting hundreds of people in to a tiny fucking house, and one day a fire started, and the tree outside in the backyard lit on fire.
Yeah.
Then the fire department came. The sheriff of the Philadelphia Police Department showed up, and I'm over there with my DJing equipment. He was like, "Yo, get the fuck out." I was like, sorry. I was getting my stuff. They were trying to put the fire out in the backyard, and that was kind of the end.
You quit DJing after that?
Yeah, after that, like, I think they got probably in trouble with the real estate company that they were interning at. They didn't pay me out, and then I was like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah.
So it was like, after that, it was like, it just started to fall apart. Yeah.
Yeah. Good point. I mean, you're still making money in college, though, which is good. Like, whenever I was in college, like, I did not make any money. It was, I went like Texas A&M. It's a pretty good school in Texas. Probably the top 3 to 5. I always get them Asian, right? So, got good grades and all that shit. Okay, my grades wasn't even that good, but I was like in engineering and stuff like that. And I don't know, school was just, it was like easy for me. I mean, I cheated my whole way through school the first year. I didn't study a single hour. I'm not even kidding. I was so good at cheating. Like, I would finesse the whole school system. Like, I would find a way to cheat before like do the work.
You know you can go to jail for that, right?
Yeah, we'll just cut this part out.
Wait, that's illegal?
No, I don't know, but I'm just playing. I don't know. Maybe it is.
I dropped out though, so like, does it matter?
Bro, isn't that fucked? You pay to go to a place, and then
the fucking, it's just a bunch of dorks like teaching you shit that don't matter, you know? Like, I was just like in class, and then I remember why the moment I was like about to drop out too. I went to class this year, so second year, sophomore year, first day of school. The teacher was talking about how one of his students actually graduated and got an offer for 80 grand a year. And the whole class like, yo, that's awesome. It's so good. And I was like, bro, it's bitch money. Fuck that. And in my head, I was like, I'm not. If that's good, then I'm not going to school.
yeah, that's good for most people.
I was like, bro.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and I was like, bro, that is not good. In my head, it was not good. So I was like, no, I must drop out. So after the first day of class, I stopped going to class. And like 3 weeks later, I dropped out. But I did like meet some cool people in school though. So that's probably the best thing. Just like living alone, away from your parents, and like doing shit yourself. That's probably the best thing. But the knowledge itself is not that good. How to?
I think that everyone everyone can see the reality that college is a scam for a lot of people. And obviously there's the cases to be made for if you're an academic, if you want to become a doctor, a lawyer, a psychologist, things like that. But if you're just trying to learn how to make money, obviously there's way better ways to do it.
Yeah.
That being said, everyone shits on college, including myself. But that I'm not shitting on learning. You know, I think you still got to learn. Like you still have to invest into your own education. I just think that there's better ways to learn.
I learned more after I dropped out.
Yeah, than paying an institution.
Yeah.
You know, $20,000 per semester for classes that don't even matter, and then you have to fill them up with these credits that have nothing to do with what you're trying to learn because you have to do some like
it's weird, bros.
Extra credit thing.
That's a matrix, bro. That's 30 G's, 30 grand a year for 4 years. Let's say if you, that's like what?
It's a business.
Yeah,
it's a high ticket business. They're making 120K off of you.
If you ask one of your student for 120K and you only guarantee, you probably make like 70K a year after. People will call you a scammer.
Yeah.
But when college just do that shit, it's not a scam. It's like, oh,
but then you have to go into debt.
Yeah.
I know people that are like 45, 50 years old that are still paying off their college debt. And they work, they have good jobs. I know someone that's a therapist at a school doing good for the world. They're still paying off their college debt.
That's cool.
How does that make sense? They're in their 40s. They're in their 40s still paying off their college debt.
That's the matrix.
If I told you, hey, with my coaching program, you're going to, by the time you're 40, you're going to be, yeah, because think about it. You're going to college at your age. So I'll be like, yo, Tony, by the time you're 40, you'll still be paying me off.
That's crazy.
Would you take the deal?
Fuck no. I mean, not business. Like college is actually a really good. I told my friends about this shit. The turn is like so low and it's like extremely high ticket. And the only reason why, I think I asked one of my friends, like, if we remove like the football games, the partying, the clubs, and all that stuff, and just strictly school, would you stay in school? No, they won't. So most people go to school for like the other shit, like the football games, like the frats, and like the hanging out with friends. But if you remove all that stuff and it's strictly the knowledge, no one's staying in school. They start seeing that's the way to like distract you, bro. Like that's like the game and stuff. They give you shit, you know. Yeah, and then
keep paying us.
Yeah, and then
it's that retention.
It's retention, bro. That's a business model,
bro. LTV, come to the football game, get fucked up.
Yeah,
keep paying us. You're not gonna drop out.
Yeah, football game.
You can't think on your own.
School spirits, bro. It's just
numb out. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, go to the Hollywood House.
Yeah, it's
you're not in a frat. You can still get in.
That's their way to distract the people from the actual shit they're learning because it's so BS. And people hate every single person you talk to. Oh, they complain about their school. Oh, I hate my professor. I hate X, Y, Z, ABC. They still stay in school. Not because of school, because of the fucking other stuff that they get to do.
Wow.
That's how I see it.
That makes a lot of sense.
I was in computer science. I was not like an engineer. But I don't know. School is just L, bro. Like I never fucked with school. Like, I don't know. Like, growing up, I never like my teacher. You have that problem? You know, I made my teacher cry one time because I was like, the service my teacher. She started crying. I was like, bro, fuck.
I like my teachers.
Fuck them.
Yeah, I remember one time in high school, there was this teacher in English class that was making fun of one of the students. And I was like, what the actual fuck? And you could tell this kid was a little different. But the teacher was literally ganging up with like the football players against this guy. So I actually stood up for this kid and I was like, I'm not going to say his name, but I was like, Mr. Blank, you're being a fucking asshole. And then he said, go to the principal's office. And I literally got up and said, I've got an A in your class, so fuck you. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
And then I still left.
Pretty much that was me too, because I always get
Dude, that's
good
one of the
grades.
craziest stories. I can't believe I did that. I kind of had anger issues when I was younger.
Same.
But I was like, dude, you're being an asshole. Like, what? How are these the people teaching? But yo, why don't you provide your perspective, Jorge? You're saying you had good teachers?
Yeah, I guess I had a really good upbringing. I had really good teachers, showed a lot of love. I learned a lot. So mine was like completely different from you guys. But I wasn't like, I didn't have really good grades. I didn't pay a lot of attention. It was mostly about having fun.
That's a good
But
thing.
it was,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, I had some terrible teachers. I had this one teacher in high school, in Spanish class. I mean, I'm fluent in Spanish, so maybe I shouldn't have taken Spanish.
Why are you taking Spanish?
Because it was easy.
I did that too because it was easy.
But
Wait, speak some Spanish.
she's, ¿qué quieres que te diga?
Okay, let's keep on with the podcast.
All right.
What that mean?
What do you want him to tell you?
Oh, okay. It's
All
pretty
right.
cool.
All right. But then, in Spanish, my name is Joel. But the teacher said, the Spanish teacher was like, no, your name is Joel. And I said, listen. I said, wait a second. My cousin, her name is Jessie. Do I call her Hessie or Jessie in Spanish? She goes, Jessie. I said, then stop calling me Joel.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I had some anger management issues when I was younger.
Low-key same. I just question my teachers. So I mean, okay, I was born and raised.
But was that my fault? Like I asked her politely a few times to call me by what I want to be called.
Yeah.
Nowadays that wouldn't fly.
What you mean?
Like, cause everyone's much more.
Hello? If I call you,
Oh, yo, bro.
He gets them.
Yo, don't make me get up. Just kidding. Just kidding.
no, yeah, I was born and raised in Vietnam, right? And then like the teachers there are like really like in the matrix. They're like really it's like this communist country, right? So it's always like,
I love how you got quiet. It's a communist country.
bro, you need to whisper to like make your point important. So okay, back to my point though. So people just they just hate people like question the authority. But I grew up, I always like question people, not because I want to fuck with them. So pretty much back then in like Vietnam, you have to wear like a red scarf, like a thing, like a uniform to school, right? And I was like, why the fuck do I need to wear this uniform? Because I don't want to wear it. And the teacher's like, no, it's a rule. It's a dumb rule. And then all my teachers hate me. I feel like I had a good teacher, but I
have similar. I feel you on that.
Yeah, like I just question people and they don't have a good answer for my question besides it's the rule. I'm like, what you mean?
That's why you question me so much.
Why?
When I give you ask, the problem is you ask me for advice.
Yeah, and you was like, just do it. I'm like, why? And you like get mad at me. I'm like, what the
Bro,
fuck?
I'm like, you asked me for the advice.
You ask the same question. That's why he gets mad. Not because you question it.
No, I don't get mad. I got you, bro.
No, but yeah, I asked and then I would say like, why would I do it? And then no one has a good answer for me. And I'm like, and they get mad at me because they think I'm like fighting back. Like, why are you asking so many questions? Just listen to the rule. I'm like, no.
You're just trying to learn.
Yeah. And I would get pissed at them. And they get pissed at me. But I was a good student. I was like, I had A's and stuff, like. So they couldn't really say shit to me because I like, oh, I'm doing really good in your class, like, you know. So that was the same thing that happened to me. You got lucky though. You got like,
Yeah, I'm very privileged. Yeah.
yeah, you owe money, bro. Owe money.
I don't know that story, so
You got a new whip.
yeah.
I didn't ask for it though. I don't like handouts, but I just woke up one day and it was there. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, but you know what?
What?
Jorge's the hardest work. He works harder than me.
It was harder than like everyone.
He
I
works
know.
harder than he outworks you 100%.
Yeah.
But I need to focus more on like higher leverage activities and not just trying to like work hard. Like I need to put effort
higher
in
leverage
that.
activities.
Yeah.
All right, what's next? What else do we want to talk about?
We have why.
Low key.
Wait, we didn't answer. If you're young, can you succeed in SMMA?
We did.
I'm gonna say
Yes.
No, we talked about if you're.
No,
in a
I
foreign
did. I
country.
said yes. I told you this.
I
piece
wanna
of
recap.
shit. Okay.
If you're young, can you succeed in SMMA? My answer is yes, but you have to just use it to your advantage. Whenever you're in business, you want to throw rocks at your competition. So if everyone is older than you, what you say is, look, Dr. John, let's say you're working with Kairos, all of these other agencies, they're like Joel, 30 years old. They don't really know what's working in social media right now. They're not in touch. They're not in the day-to-day. I'm literally living, breathing social media because of my age. So I know exactly what we need to do to take your practice to the next level. Now you just turn a disadvantage into an advantage. If you have a thick accent, there's this guy in our program that has a thick Italian accent. And he sounds like Mario. And he's got a thick Italian,
That's pretty funny.
He's got a thick Italian accent. He's like, Joel, on the sales calls, they're not taking me seriously. They're like, where are you based out of? And I said, his name's Domenico. Great guy. I love that guy. Great guy.
He's crushing it right now.
Yeah, he's crushing. And I said, Domenico, literally just be like, at the very beginning of every call, just be like, you can call, my name's Domenico, but you can call me the Mario of marketing. And then he just addresses it. And then it's not a problem. People are like, oh, his accent's awesome. I love it. Whereas before they'd be like, where's he from? Why does he have a thick accent? Is he in the United States? Now they're thinking, oh my God, I love this guy, the Mario of marketing.
That's really smart. Yeah. I mean, you need to own up. Like, I know a guy, I think I told a story already. He's like 15. And his way of selling is him being 15. That's it. He sells people on him, like 15, young, like hustling. People love that shit and people buy it, not because like him.
All right, but I got someone in my DMs the other day and he was like, I'm 10 years old. Can I do SMMA?
Okay.
Is that too young? Like,
that's way too young.
Yo, I think you got to hit, I'd say 13.
Yeah.
Like
13 is like.
Yeah, like.
I mean, if I'm 10, I was like detail cars and money.
Yeah,
like,
he could do faceless.
You could make more money.
Yeah,
like,
I think you should do side hustles.
That car detailing, like window cleaning, like power washing, like that stuff you can make. Like,
bro, and people, imagine you knock on someone's door at 10 years old. They're not
80% close rate.
80% close rate.
80% close rate.
Bro, if you're knocking on someone's door at 10 years old, can I wash your car for $20?
Yeah. And then upsell the fuck out of them.
Yeah, and then upsell them. Yeah.
Okay.
Then you'd upsell them on SMMA.
Upsell them on SMMA.
By the way, what do you do for work?
Yeah. Bro,
you just got to go to the nice houses where you know they're business owners.
Yeah. And just like wash all their cars.
They're like, do you run a business by any chance? They're like, no. Do you personally know anyone that owns a business?
Bro, you can make so much money from just like doing side. People like get obsessed with like online money, but then I feel like if you're young, like I don't think online money is the best way to make money. You can make easy money from like detailed cars, like $100 car.
That's such a good idea. Let me wash your car first, then let me detail it. You know how much detailing is? It's like $400.
Yeah,
I paid to have my car detailed. I left. It took a long time. It was there the whole day.
You get ceramic coating too?
No.
I can refer my clients.
Yo,
That's a good point. That's a good transition.
All right, let's talk about. So Tony, you did that masterclass with me on YouTube, and then everyone in SMMA.
Okay.
Now this is SMMA because of you and Thomas. This is SMMA in a nutshell.
Med spa.
A third are med spa, a third are auto detailing, and a third are SaaS.
Yeah.
That's
like,
it.
Yeah, it's really bad. And like,
bro, if you run a med spa agency, an auto detailing agency, or a SaaS agency,
you're like, fuck.
You're fucked.
Yeah, like this.
No, I'm just kidding. You're not fucked, but you have to. You gotta innovate.
People can't think for themselves. They think I like come up with like a new niche, but no, like Eddie's been in it. Like they think I'm like, but then there's guys doing like $100K a month with that niche. It's not new, right? I just did it differently a little bit, but most people just copy my. Like why I see my ads all the time now. Like when I'm scrolling on Instagram, Facebook, it's really funny, and. Same offer, same guarantee, same everything. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
I mean, we did tell them just to do it, not to think. So they're like,
we did tell them that. But then like it's nuances and like everything. You know what I'm saying? Like people are, I get pissed talking about this shit. I feel
let it out, bro.
like if you're an entrepreneur and you always looking for like the next like best masterclass, the next like best training, you're a fucking employee. You know what I'm saying? You know who makes the training? The fucking entrepreneur. You know who takes the training? The employee. If you always like, hey Joel, can you do this training? Can you, bro? You fucking bitch. You know, like,
say it louder, bro.
No, I can't
say it louder.
But you get my point though, right? You get my point.
We're not in a communist country.
Yeah, we're not communist. We can't say that. But you get my point though, right? Like people always like Joel, like
bro. Everyone's like, I want to be an entrepreneur for financial freedom, time freedom, location freedom, so I don't have a boss, and then. And then they're like waiting for someone to tell them exactly what to do. They're like, what's the next training? What's the next masterclass? What's the next script? What should I do now? What should I do next? You can't have it both ways. Yeah. That's like, they're just essentially waiting for a YouTube influencer or their coach to be their boss and tell them what to do.
Yeah.
And you have to think on your own. No one has ever made significant amounts of money by following someone else. You know, like
just for context, like, you know how like Elon, he's all about like make space travel like affordable and stuff like that. That motherfucker blew up 8 rockets. Already. He's willing to blow up 8 rockets, and most won't go 8 weeks to test out a new offer. Think about that. Like, that's crazy.
Elon Musk blew up 8 fucking rockets, spent billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Of the government's money. Bro, you know how people talk about OPM, other people's money? This guy leveraged OPM from the government to build these rockets. And most people sign up for a course or coaching program 2 weeks in. The script didn't work. I'm switching niches. I'm quitting. Bro, I can't do this anymore.
It's crazy. I'm like, bro.
You know, let's talk about this real quick. The other day you asked me, Joel, what's your success rate in your program? And I said, well, it kind of depends. There's 2 types of people. If you were to ask me, what's the success rate of the people that actually go through the program, and what's the success rate of people that change their minds 2 weeks in, it's a totally different answer.
Yeah.
But if someone comes in and 2 weeks in, they're like, well, I actually decided I don't want to do this entire business. Did my program fail, or did they just decide not to want to do it? Right?
It's good.
And so it's like my success rate on people that are like committed and say, hey, I'm actually going to figure out SMMA is very high. But I just got a DM the other day and someone was like, I want to go back to my engineering job. Funny enough. I don't want to do SMMA. Okay, well, did the program not work, or did they decide they didn't want to do it anymore? It's hard to say, but
I mean, I think your success rate is pretty good though. Like, how many people have you signed in Agency Lab? Like, lifetime?
Total?
Yeah. You think 1,000 people? No,
not yet. Hundreds. High hundreds.
Like 800 people, maybe?
Like, nah, because when you see in the Facebook group, you see a lot of like,
there's like 600
team members.
In the Facebook group.
Yeah, but there's like team members, like
maybe like 5.
Maybe like 700 total.
And out of the 700 people, like 80 something of them became 100K a month. So that's pretty good success rate.
Maybe more. Like probably like 90, 95.
That's still like, that's like more than 10%.
I know I verified 87.
Okay.
But like I got a message the other day from this guy named Gabriel, who ended up scaling his agency to 300K a month. He's like,
fuck.
He's like, sorry, I went ghost. By the way, I hit 300K a month. So it's like, there might be people out there that aren't even telling me that they hit, and they know that a lot of people are also like hesitant to share. There's another guy named Matthew who's, I'm not going to share his last name. He's like, Joel, I want to tell you that I've hit 100K a month, but don't post it anywhere. So there's also people that probably haven't told me, because if I share that result, then people are going to study what they're doing.
Yeah, 100%. That will happen if you do share your like stuff. But no, that's pretty good success. I think Sam Evans says 10% success rate.
No, but that's success rate for people that got to 100K a month.
I know. So like, it's probably even more. I mean, because it's called 7-figure agency before. So technically, if you hit, the success should be measured on like 7-figure agency.
Not really. Like, I think success should be, and it's hard to say. Like, are they success? I think people misunderstand courses and coaching, and I think it actually ties into the college conversation. But we can go back to that. I think with courses and coaching, success depends on the individual.
Yeah.
If you're starting out at 0, the program might actually help you, but it might take 2 years for it to really kick in and for you to actually see the results. So it's like, did the program not work, or will it take you more time based on where you're at? Mm-hmm. You had one of the hardest things to teach a beginner is mindset. They're afraid to take action. They're afraid to put themselves out there. That's why people like the guy who messaged me are like, I want to go back to my job because it feels safer. It's more comfortable. When you're a beginner, you essentially have to get extremely uncomfortable. Like, who wants to just get uncomfortable and do it every day and then not see results for a little bit? Like, no one wants to do that. It's like backwards. You had a really good mindset. So did you. You're like, I'm going to start posting. I'm going to put videos on YouTube. You literally landed a client from a YouTube video, and that's innovative. And I was like, holy fuck, these guys, you both are extremely on point. But for someone that doesn't have that, it might take them 6 to 12 months just for them to overcome their fear of sending a DM. And then did the program not work, or did it just take a little bit longer? You know?
I feel like I get the fear part though, because if you haven't known recently, I've been in the fucking bitch mindset too, a little bit recently. So I kind of see the POV. I don't think it's not that they scared to do it. I think they just they're not willing to try and like fail. Right? For me, like, okay, I'm gonna tell you a story. So I hit like 17K and I got pretty fucking lazy. Got pretty comfortable. I was like, bro, that's another thing, bro. What do you think about, okay, it's off topic. What do you think about like making money when you're young? I think that's like a trap. Like that's like a good thing and a bad thing. Because young people, they make money. Like 10K to me probably like feels like fucking 100K per month to someone like you, you know? Like 10K to an 18.
100K, if I'm making 100K per month right now, I'm losing about 150,000 a month.
That's fuck. That's wild.
My monthly expense is like 250K. So if I make 100K,
Yeah,
bro, I'm going broke.
No, but
I'm getting a job. Just kidding. I'm
I'm saying that like 10K, 20K to someone my age feels like a lot of money, and it does feel like a lot of money because like I don't have any expenses, right? So when I hit that like 10 to 15K, I got like hella comfortable. What do you think about partners?
What do I think about business partners? I saw a post in a Facebook group the other day, and someone's like, "I'm looking for a Facebook partner real quick."
Yo,
And I literally commented, "What the fuck? Signing a legal document to give someone half of your asset is like getting married in business."
yeah,
And most people are way too quick to get married. They're like, "I just need a business partner real quick."
most people.
No, the fuck you don't. You just aren't. Remember we talked about you're scared.
Yeah, no,
And you're scared and you're afraid, and you want someone to be by your side. And if that's the reason why you're doing it, it's not a good
Not even
fucking
that.
reason.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get business divorced. Now, if you have a business partner, let's say you're so good at sales, but you're terrible at operations, fulfillment, backend, and you want to supplement your skills with someone that is extremely technical, that can work.
but
For example,
for you to know that,
But hold up. I have a business partner that owns 50% of all the businesses, and we're too similar. So what did I tell him? I said, go start another fucking business, because we shouldn't have two of us in the same business. It doesn't make sense. Even if we kept going, it wouldn't have worked out
yeah,
together. So we literally are starting two businesses where we each own 50%.
yeah.
So you got to really ask yourself, why are you getting a business partner? Is it because you're scared? Bad reason. Is it because he truly or she truly supplements your skills? That's a good reason. For example, if you're visionary, sales, front end, and you're building a software, you should get a CTO. You need a technical co-founder.
Yeah.
So what are you going to say?
I was gonna say, even if you're a beginner and think about, oh, I'm good at sales. I'm a beginner, but I think I'm good at sales. I'm good. You don't know that. If you're a beginner, you don't know what you're good at. I thought
That's true.
I thought I hated sales when I first started out. So I was fucking shit. So I thought I'm a back end guy. I'm gonna get a sales guy. But then the more I do sales, like I enjoy sales a lot more. So like you don't know what you're good at until you actually get the reps in. So don't.
Absolutely.
And most people just do it because they're scared to like have someone by their size. They're scared to do the thing. I was scared of getting a sales call. I got no so many times. I was like, bro, I want to get a sales like partner. I was scared, not because I want someone to be like by my side. I just scared of doing the thing. Most of people starting out, they're just scared of doing the action, so they find someone to do it. But then again, that's not smart. Just after you run an agent for 2 years, after 2 years, you're like, okay, I like sales a lot. I know I'm good at sales. When you're first starting out, like you don't really know what you're good at. That's what I think. So
I spoke with a billionaire, Paul Orfilia, who sold Kinko's to FedEx for billions of dollars. We hopped on the Zoom call, and there's me, two business partners. We actually ended up buying one of the business partners out. The first thing he says, "This is not gonna work," and I was like, "What the fuck?" He goes, "You guys have a threesome." He says, "Have you ever seen a marriage work with three people?" And I was like, rarely, but probably not. He said, yeah, same thing in business. Thought that was pretty interesting.
He's a billionaire, so he definitely knows.
Yeah, we ended up buying out the other business partner, and things are working much more smoothly. Although one of my really, really good friends, but it was just too many people trying to be the leader.
Yeah. You just don't. Best thing is don't even think about business partners first. Just that should be in your mind. Just think about get clients. Fuck everything else. Like business partners shouldn't be on your fucking list right now. If you think about it, be honest with yourself. Like, are you scared? When I partnered up, it was like
I do think that if you look at like the biggest companies in the world, I do think that having an advisor that you give a very small percentage of your equity, like 2.5%, to have an advisor, someone who's done it, been there, that can be extremely valuable. So if you're going into a niche like med spas and you don't know anything or anyone, and you find a really successful med spa, they don't even need to help you run the business. You could say, hey, let me give you 2.5% equity in my business. I just want you to be on our board of advisors. And what are they going to do? They're going to give you access to their connections, to their resources, to their knowledge. Whenever you have a problem or you're stuck or you don't know something, you could just call them.
And you can test out offers. They're
not going to run your business, but they will pick up the phone when you call them and ask them some questions. And it's already going to put you at such a competitive advantage compared to every other med spa agency that is running because of Thomas Gonnet.
Yeah, that's smart. That's what I'm thinking about doing with this new agency. So we'll see.
All right, should we end it?
Yeah.
All right, do you want to say like...
Okay, that's pretty much it for today's podcast. Hopefully you enjoy the story. So I think that was pretty good.
If you don't subscribe, you're a bitch.
You subscribe, you're a fucking bitch. So
yeah, say it with more confidence. Are you
Let's
scared?
do it again.
What?
Do it again. If
you don't sub, drop a like or drop a comment. Actually, no. And drop a like and drop a comment, you're a fucking bitch. That's just how.
Bro, why are you like getting like say it? Say it with.
I say it.
Bro, say it with confidence.
Bro, you say it.
All right. If you don't subscribe, you're a fucking bitch.
Yeah, sub, because you're gonna go off and watch fucking Iman's 7 Bad Habits for Men anyway. So might as well sub and watch some valuable fucking content. You already know the fucking 7 habits. No porn. Go to the gym. Or like whatever the fuck. You already know the answer, bro. Stop watching that shit.
What are the 7 habits?
Or if you're gonna go off watching how to prepare for the 2023 recession, like those type of
rich. Yeah. Oh my god.
So might as well fucking
recession is the best time to make money because the greatest periods of wealth and the greatest transfers of wealth are created during recessions, during depressions, and the reasons why is because people buy way more when they're in a state of pain, not in a state of desire. When people are in pain, they want to avoid that pain. They want to get out of that pain. That's why if you break your arm, what do? You go to the hospital. That's why if you chip your tooth, what do? You go to the dentist. That's why if your toilet clogs, you hire a plumber because you need to have the problem fixed. It's not a desire. You're not like trying to get a plumber to come to your house. You're not like, ooh, I want to go to the dentist. That's not a desire. It's a pain. People buy way more in pain, not in desire. That's why luxury markets like watches, cars, real estate thrive when things are good because that's when people buy luxury items. But if you're in a recession and you have a product or service that isn't a luxury item,
anything, agency should make more money.
You'll make more money.
Yeah, coaching.
I'm fucking pumped.
Yeah, 100%. That's fucking smart.
Makes sense?
Makes sense. But yeah, stop watching 7 Worst Habits for Men and start watching this fucking podcast. Bet.
Stop watching. No, let's keep going. I'm just kidding. All right. What's the actual ending? See, we were just going to say the ending was like 5 minutes ago, but they're still watching.
That's the ending.
They probably left already.
That's it. That's it.